Make up your mind. What? No. It's a black screen. Oh. What? It's a disgusting sight. Oh, crap. I just avoided that thing. Like a pro. Like a pro. Crap! I'm gonna try and get rid of Shinji here. Yeah, multi-kill. Eat that. Eat that, yo.
Yeah, we'd like catch, like as kids, we'd catch them and like keep them in like a little fish tank with dirt in and feed them bugs and stuff. Do you not do that over there?
No. Go back to the shadow. No, you will not take me. Oh, are you kidding me? I got out of the way. I totally got out of the way. Wait a minute, I did not create a character in Tonberry. I created a character in Kujata. What the? How did that happen? What the hell? Why is there a merchant right in the middle of this fight? Eat that.
Point blank revenge.
Oh, revenge. So this already. What's this? Oh. Shit, that wasn't even 30 seconds. That was like 10. Hey. I got an achievement. Total kill 1. What's this for? Let's finish him off. Come on, come on, come on. Finish him off. Finish him off. Gotcha. Now what? What am I looking for? I'm looking for... What the heck was that? Rubber banding at its best. This is probably gonna go into like the highlight reel. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have just left 9 p.m. here in Kuala Lumpur, and we're going to be touching down in the planet of Talara, or the world of Talara, as they call it here in Rift. Let's get out of this screen and let's go into the game screen. There we go. Hey everybody, long time no see. It's great to be back here on a Sunday night, getting ready for a brand new review adventure. Of course, you guys know I've already completed Black Desert Online, which was pretty fun. I've enjoyed my February to March review, and now it just had to be Rift, I suppose, with everything that's been going on, even during my review process for Black Desert Online. And a lot of people have been following up on what I've said. Basically, I put out that video, right? Will you be paying for Rift Prime? I've answered my question. I've paid the money. This is $14.99 to get a Try on World Rift subscription, which opens up the Rift Prime server. So here we are, and I'll talk about all of that in terms of the pricing and everything as we move along. Before we jump in, though, real quickly, I want to say hey to everybody in chat. How you doing, guys? We got Punk in there, Amos was in there, we got Ruglador says Happy Easter to you, and we got Medic1089 says you can play games and maintain an active life. That is indeed, that is a fact. I mean, it's all about discipline and timing and, you know, stuff like that. So don't worry, Punk, you'll figure it out, buddy. Gaming is a big part of all of our lives. I'm sure for all of us that play MMOs or play games, we fit life right in there, so you'll figure it out. We've got Wigga in there. Hey Wigga, bok to you too. I think that's what that means. Anyway, Rift Prime, here we are, right? Rift was released in 2011, I think it's 2011, by Try on Worlds, and this is a fantasy MMORPG. It features 2 different factions that you can play as the player, and I'm looking at the character creator screen. You have a choice of either the Guardians or the Defiance. Now, I'm kind of excited because the last time I properly played Rift was in 2013 when this gaming app that I used, it's called Raptor. I'm not sure how many of you guys know what Raptor is, but it tracks your game time. And because I was loyal to Raptor for a while, they kind of gave me the game for free, an expansion too. So that's how I started playing. I only played for like 2 months with my Lotro guild at the time. So here we are, Defiance and Guardians. let's pick a side and let's go in. On the Guardians side, the Guardians are the chosen of the gods, brought back from death to save the world from the corruption of the dragons. Each Guardian has a great destiny to become a celestial hero. That's the very definition of public relations fluff. That's just PR fluff. So what have we established in the world of Talara? And Talara is what we call the world of Rift. There's dragons, and at this point, every fantasy world or MMO has dragons, which is getting kind of boring. But hey, they work because dragons. So that's the Guardian side. You know, they're very, at least the feeling I get is that Guardians are very by the book. They are kind of religious in a way, you know, chosen by the gods and everything. Fair enough. Now, on the red side here, we've got the Defiants. Defiants have taken fate into their own hands, turning away from the Vigil to pursue their own plan. They harness the power of the planes to fuel magical technologies for the defense of Talara. So Defiants are pretty much the rogue faction, I suppose. They don't care about gods, they care about technology. So we got a very good contrast here. For the purpose of this review cycle, this 1 month that I'm going to be playing and reviewing Rift on the Prime server, I'm going to play as a Guardian faction because, sorry, the truth is I actually already have a Defiant character on this Prime server, which I'll talk about as we go along. So let's go ahead and hit next. And here we are, character creator. For the Guardian side, it's important to note that there are some races that are tied to the factions. So if you pick a Defiant, then you'll see like different races. If you pick the Guardians, then you have specific races that are tied to this faction. So for example, Guardians can play as dwarves, whereas on the Defiant side, you can't. And they've also got this elfy type race, the High Elf. You know I'm never gonna pick that. I'm never gonna pick these. Let's go ahead and zoom in and check out some of the details here, graphic-wise. Is it me or is that guy's eyes just weird? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Dwarves, on the other hand, can't complain. They look like dwarves. Oversized hands, though. There's female dwarves, though, and my disappointment is that they don't have beards. I thought female dwarves had beards. But you can be a pretty dwarf if that's what you want. that's all part of, you know, Rift's world anyway. I'm gonna go for the Methosian. Long before it was destroyed by the Shade, Cold Methosia was ever the home of legendary heroes and warriors. These are basically the human version of, you know, whatever this race is. They're just fancily called Methosian. And on the Defiant side, they do have humans as well, but those are called the Eth. So, potato, potato. There's racial abilities as well. Different races have different abilities. So if I'm a human, I've got the Motivational Roar. This one gives me, what is this? Movement speed 30% for 10 seconds for nearby group members and yourself. And then you got Legacy of the Shade, which is death resistance increased by 20. I have no idea what these are. Later on, we'll find out. You can preview your gear as well, what you're going to look like. Low level, mid level, and the highest level. I don't know why I'm in the priest setting or something. Let's go to class next, shall we? I'm definitely going with this guy. And now we get to pick a class. I know on the live servers, and this is important for those of you that know nothing about Rift, right now, the core game outside of the Rift Prime servers is just basically Rift. It's free to play right now, and there's a lot of content. There's so many classes, I think. There's more than the ones here, I think. I could be wrong, though, because I've not logged on to Rift in years. But for Rift Prime, we have 4 classes: Warrior, Cleric, Mage, and Rogue. Pretty much self-explanatory, except for the fact that if you hover over each of these class boxes, you'll see that each of them can actually do something. So as a warrior, even though the general gist of the traditional warrior archetype is probably just DPS with some off-tanking, over here, because of how the soul system works, and that's very deep, and we'll get into that later on as we play, but you can customize and tailor your class to, you know, do different roles. So warrior can be a support class, and it can even heal. That's what it says. Am I seeing that right? I'm seeing that right. You can heal, and being a warrior healer gets unlocked via gameplay. So that's really interesting. I didn't really think that that was possible. So that's that. We have clerics as well. Spiritual experts who wear chainmail. So what is this? A heavy armored healer? I like the sound of that, but I'm not going to be doing a lot of group play, I don't think. Or if I am, then I'm just going to keep it safe with some DPS. We got the mage, range casters, cloth armor, and then we got the rogues over here. You can be in range or you can be in melee. because I have a rogue on this server, so that's my knowledge there. So I'm gonna go warrior as usual. I'm gonna play the most boring thing because that's what reviews are for. You want to see the best and the worst. Let's hit next and see what's up. Wait. I did not get a chance to customize my character's face. Why can't I customize my character's face? Or is that later on? I forget. Well, let's just pick him first. So now we go to the purpose. And there's a couple of different purposes here on the left side of the screen. So your purpose can be changed during the game and will not permanently affect your character. So I guess this is where you set your archetype, right? You got the Triumphal Warrior, which is... It shows me a DPS icon. Excels at damaging multiple foes while standing her ground. Her ground? Okay. She is a whirlwind of blades and power. So this is like the AoE purpose. We also have Overlord, which I'm guessing is single target damage. No, it's a strong warrior build that excels in damaging multiple foes. So this is also an AoE build. You have the Righteous Defender, which is sword and board for tanky type stuff. And you got the Warrior of the Wild, which is a melee warrior who uses his defensive abilities as well. So he's got a pet. So this warrior has a pet. So I like that. Because I have another rogue on this server, as I said, and he's got a pet too. But there's a whole bunch of different purposes that I saw in the game that you can just... This is not set in stone, you guys. This is just picking something to start with, and then later on, as you get more points by leveling up, then you can mix and match different souls and different purposes to fine-tune that, but it's going to cost money as you need to buy more slots to do that, based on my understanding. So I'm going to go with the recommended one because the game recommends this to me for a beginner or whatever, so I'm just going to take that on and see if that gets me anywhere or not. So again, this is an AoE one. I'm going to hit next. Oh, there we go. Character customization. So I'm not going to spend too much time here, and before I move on, I'm just going to check it on chat here. Going all the way up. Sorry, guys. We got Clea. Hey, Clea. Says, hey, Adrian, I just said I was going to crash and leave Rift Prime for the night. Good timing. And Medic says, happy Easter, my friend. Glad to see the stream today. Was wondering about Rift Prime as I never could play the game when it launched. Same thing. I mean, I'm curious to see how the game was at the very beginning when it launched, and apparently Rift Prime server is offering players that, you know, fresh, minty feeling of being classic all over again. So we'll see. We'll see. Amos says, Defiance is another MMO title, I think. Yes, indeed. Defiance is the FPS shooter, MMO type shooter. And in fact, they've just, Trion Worlds have just announced that there's going to be a new Defiance game, Defiance 2050. And if you guys are familiar with it, they actually had a TV show tie-in to Defiance the game when it launched back in 2012, I think, on the Sci-Fi Channel for those of you in the States. And good to see that's still around. We have Little Insane MD. Hey, Little Insane, how you doing? Long time no see. We got Hasanadin. Hello, Hasanadin. Good evening to you, brother. Clear says, do you just need to group up in games sometime? Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, my name's probably going to be Jeremy Adrian here, and we can definitely do something. Ruger says that guy's eyes are weird because he's high. Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and customize this guy's face here. I'm just gonna go with random presets. Let's hit the random. Okay, you know what? That's actually a pretty good template. I'll go with that. Except, can I lose the face markings, please? I'm not big on facial tattoos. I've got nothing against people with facial tattoos. I'm just saying for my MMO character, I just like it plain. Let's go with a more lighter shade of hair. You guys know what I'm going for. I'm sure you do. There we go. And let's go a little bit like me, somewhere here. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with that. But other than that, in terms of character creation, very basic, based on what I can see. You do have that triangular thingy-majingy, which games like ESO has, and stuff like that. Eye color, definitely not that. Let's go with like a light blue or something. And then you can scale your eyes if that's your thing, or you can rotate them to look absolutely weird. Don't do that, y'all. I wouldn't recommend that. Eyebrows, pretty important. I like my eyebrows, so let's go with something similar. Yeah, that's pretty fierce. I like that. And let's go ahead and jump in game. Oop, did I just hit random name? No. What is that anyway? Adrenazil? No, I can't even pronounce that. Stitcher, Adrian, let's see if this works. Aw, no spaces allowed in the first name. Fair enough. How about that? Good. Alright folks, we're jumping in. I'm gonna turn up the volume in case there's a cutscene. There's a cutscene.
The king of Mythosia would have sacrificed the world to Regulos the Destroyer. The faithful rebelled against his heresy. We overthrew the tyrant and put his armies to the sword. Defeated in battle, he turned to the machines of the Defiance. Their devices drew upon the power of the dragon, a power they could not control. This is the day the rifts came. This is the day we died. But the gods of the Vigil intervened. Their messengers went among the fallen and ascended the worthy, not for their virtue, but for their might. In you, they placed their faith, their hope, and their power. You are our salvation. You are a guardian.
I thought I was going to say you are a god for a moment. That would have freaked me out. So that was a bit overly dramatic, but I like dramatic. I mean, when you do a fantasy game, you either go all in or you end up looking like a fool. Looks like Tryon and Riff has just gone all in. Ooh, Jesus Christ, what was that?
To move your character.
Okay.
W is forward. S is backwards. A will turn left. D will turn right. Use the space bar to jump.
Okay. Pretty in-depth.
Holding the right mouse button while moving the mouse left or right will rotate your character to that direction. Holding the left mouse button while moving the mouse will pan your camera to that.
Alright, cool. Good to know that there are voiced tutorials. I think that's always decent, I suppose. But yeah, here we are in game. This is it. Based on that cutscene alone, yeah, as I was saying, overly dramatic, but I like that because it sets the story real quick. I do from that, you know, just trying to piece the story here together because as a new player, I'm jumping in, I have no idea what Rift is all about. So as a new player, I'm trying to piece the puzzle together. So yeah, okay, I already have a defined character, so I know what their story's like and why they kind of oppose the Guardians. So here from the Guardian side, I think it's pretty interesting that we are more of the ritualistic or religious, and this is interesting, I suppose. And there's a key name that, excuse me, that the cutscene kind of gave away there, and that is Regulos, which I think I'll be hearing a lot more as we get closer to the end game. And Regulos is like the dragon, right? I mean, I've never played Rift beyond like level 30 in the past, so I have no idea. But here we are, just looking at myself. My nose kind of looks like I got punched in the face there. I'm not happy with my nose, but hey, too late for all that. Let me just do a quick couple of adjustments here before we move on. The cool thing about Rift, at least from what I found, is key bindings. I can
customize your keyboard to your...
Okay, thanks lady, but I don't need tutorials all the time. You can import. There you go. That is my other character on this server, so I can do key bindings, I can do UI layout, I can do my macros, chat settings, game settings, and other settings. Actually, I'll leave that alone. But I'll just get all the other import stuff. Voila, there we go. So now this looks more like my UI from my other character, so that's kind of cool. Just gonna hide the chat behind my webcam, and we're good to go. We're ready to start this adventure. As I said, I hope this is gonna be good. $14.99. Oh yay! Daily rewards calendar. So there's a daily reward program, and my inventory slot is B. There's this tiny backpack that you can just drag around on the screen here. And this is kind of like other games that requires you to have more bags for you to expand your inventory slots. I've only got the starter bag here, which is a 20 slot bag, and then I've got 3 more free slots, and then after that I have everything else locked up. So let's go ahead and claim this. And more. Okay, yeah. And a bag of minor goods. What is that? Ooh, I got a whole bunch of stuff. Grand fireworks. Yeah, great. I'm probably never gonna use that. And yeah, my #1 key doesn't work. So let's jump in. I'm sure this is the tutorial stage. Let's talk to the Sanctuary Warden here, and let's start this.
Ascended.
So we are called Ascended. Players in Rift are known as the Ascended because I don't know. We're just called the Ascended. Let's just deal with that. The gods of the Vigil have returned you to life. Oh, that's why. So I died and came back, I suppose. That's why I'm called an Ascended Guardian. They have restored your body to battle Regulus and his servant, King Idraxis. So Regulus is kind of like the dragon I was talking about. The Vigil brought back others to fight by your side, and that's their cheap explanation for why there are other MMO players around here. Pretty clever, I like that. But you alone must embody the righteous fury of the gods. Speak with Fane Duran outside the sanctuary to begin your holy crusade. I'm not much of a... Okay, you are ready to depart, Ascended. Step through the portal to begin your journey. Okay, what portal are we talking about? I'm just looking around here. We got a bunch of other people killing stuff here. And this guy just gave me a buff, this Guardian Spirit. I do have a buff here, Motivational Roar or something like that. So this is my out of combat run. Yeah, there we go. I've only got one skill so far, and I'm just going to go near one of these zombies and see what that does. So it kind of lights up. Let's go and hit it. So that's combat for you guys. This is a builder because I can see right now that there are, you know, tiny sword icons above my head. The thing is, I don't have a spender skill yet, so not much I can do there. So that's what early combat looks like. I've only got one skill to spam. May sound boring as hell, but hey, I'm sure it gets better. In terms of like the soul tree and everything I was talking about, that you gotta hit the N key. And this is what the class soul trees look like. It might look like a clusterfuck right now, but it's actually really interesting, and I do have a lot of fun in this when I used to play back in the day, because, you know, every time you level up, you'll get a bunch of points to spend, and then you can just put them in anywhere you want. And these three are just your different, oh boy, what do they call these again? Your different souls, I suppose. And you know, you can mix and match them, and you can get different skills from each of these. So up here is just an explanation of what you're going to be spending stuff into, like more DPS or whatever. And the higher you go up a soul tree, and if you meet the required level, then you can unlock the skills, either passive or active, for that particular soul down here. So you got Void, Champion, whatever. And because I'm using a recommended purpose from the character creator, I can be a bit lazy with this if I wanted to, so every time I leveled up, I can just make the game automatically put points where, you know, it's set for me already. If you want to be lazy, if you don't, then I suggest, you know, going pretty in-depth with this, because this is actually really fun. And then later on, you can buy a new role, and that's going to cost 30 gold, pretty cheap for your first other role, and so on and so forth. So that's how that works. Pretty interesting. So let's go talk to Fane Duran. She said she can't see my face, but she knows me well. What's wrong with her? She's got lightning out of her eyes, so I guess that explains it. Ascended allies. Ascension has removed my sight, but I can see farther, deeper than before. With my new vision, I see that you are the Vigil's chosen warrior. Let us begin to cleanse these lands of Adraxis' corruption. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, new quest, Avenging Hand. In my life before Ascension... Oh, by the way, if you're watching me for the first time, I'm going to be reading all these quest decks, so if you got a problem with that, sorry. So, in my life before Ascension, I never imagined that the God's touch could be so powerful, so uplifting. But I see their power in your heart as well. Slay the demons that possess the people of Mythosia, and show Adraxis that the Vigil guides your hand. So kill Ashen Defilers, and I believe that's what these guys are, just hanging around here. These are all Ashen Defilers, right? Yeah, they are. So, maps and markers, tutorial, what else? Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, so you can right click to start attacking, or just get up in his face and just hit the hotbar for whatever your skill is. Oh, I do have this skill here, and what's that? Bull Rush, let's try that. Okay, so that's basically a jump to your enemy, or your opponent, whatever. I still want to get my finisher skill though, because I've got these 3 power-ups that I can't exactly use right now. Okay, an Ascended has released me. Yes, that is I. Let's go try that Bull Rush thing again. Huh, so that's what that does. Nice. I reckon they'll be pretty handy for PvP. And PvP is something that I've been really looking forward to. I like PvP in Rift. Based on memory, that's what my guild liked to do way back in 2013. because some of the battlegrounds were pretty fun. And how PvP works here is that, you know, it goes by brackets. Or look, shiny loot. Shiny loot, what do we got? Candle stub? Yeah, it's gonna be trash later on. But yeah, how PvP works here is that every 10 levels or so, I think you get put into a bracket. So I think it's level 10 to 19 PvP bracket, and then it's 20 to 29, and so on and so forth. There's no like scaling or whatever. You're just in a bracket, if I remember correctly. And yeah, one of the key things that I'm really interested in finding out too is what is different from the Rift Live servers versus the Rift Prime servers. Because this is a $14.99 US a month server to access. So I'm trying to piece the reasoning together. Obviously, you guys know I don't play Rift. I've never done anything Rift-wise for the channel. So for me to try and deduce what is the value of the $14.99 a month for Rift Prime, is it because they, I mean, at the very beginning, they didn't, they said they'd remove the cash shop, but the cash shop is actually still here. So microtransactions are still in Rift Prime, it's just that the loot boxes are not. So you can, in fact, buy hairstyles. It's all cosmetic, by the way. You can get a bag, you can get horses, but that's about it. Now, if you go back and contrast that with other people's videos of the live shop, for example, you'll see there's a whole other shit in there that shouldn't be in MMOs, my opinion, but it's there for, you know, for other people to support the game. So I wonder if that's the case, or is it just cashing in on nostalgia? Because a lot of other MMOs are doing this. You know, this is the in thing. You've got Age of Conan coming up, you know, with their Saga of Zavsur or whatever. You got World of Warcraft, probably the biggest MMO out there, announcing that they've got classic vanilla servers coming. And what's the other one? ArcH has also said that, okay, we're gonna release 2 more of these limited time servers. It's a thing. It's a thing, and I don't know if this is a cash-in or if there's actually real value here, but I can definitely tell you that a lot of people have jumped in, and the population in certain areas of this game is actually pretty high, especially at launch. Because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but there's a couple of months, or was it a couple of years ago, somebody came out with this video saying the death of a game, Rift or whatever. You know, that when coming back from something like that for an MMO, you've got to do something drastic, and announcing like a Rift Prime, a sort of server progress restart thing going on. It's a good way to build PR, it's a good way to get publicity. So I can say for a fact that populations on weekends should be pretty high in Prime. But it'll take me a month to actually see and feel endgame at level 50 at the cap to see what's up. Let's go and turn this in. By freeing the souls of these people, you have bolstered the glory of the Vigil while diminishing King Adraxis' undead horde. You're truly the Vigil's chosen, and I get a lesser healing potion. Yay. Ooh, level 2. That's a nice animation, of course, for leveling up. So that's what I mean. I've just gotten 1 soul point here, and you could do the lazy thing of just hitting spend soul points, and I think that auto spends it for you. Here, let me just see. Yep. So I've automatically hit that button, and it's kind of put it somewhere in one of those trees, and I now have my finisher skill. So that's what I'm going to be using to get rid of all those attack markers, whatever. New quest. In the Battle of Theodore Fields, we were near victory. Then Adraxis opened a death rift, and all of Methosia became exposed in corruption for Regulus, the Dragon of Extinction. We need to take the fight to Adraxis and his terror, but first we need cold steel. Recover swords. Okay, let's go recover swords, and I'm going to get a new sword for that too. So let's go ahead, and you know what I've been doing? I've been hitting the shift key trying to sprint. That's what Black Desert Online does to you. Like I played that for a while now, and
related objects in the world have sparkles. Right-click to use them.
Okay, so quest objects will be sparkles on the ground, something like that. Oop, I just got hit. Hey, what do you want? Corrupted Knight? And even right now, I can tell you for a fact, especially for me, because I've just finished the Black Desert Online review cycle, and the problem is, you know, when you come from World of Warcraft, which combat system has been kind of revamped over the years to be more fast and fluid, and then I go to Black Desert Online where the combat system is incredibly flashy and fast-paced, and now when you come to Rift, the contrast is it's so huge, you guys. Like, it feels, and I know this is only first impressions, it truly feels like I'm playing something from the early 90s, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Maybe I do, but it's still early days. I do have a level 21 rogue, where, you know, if you get more skills in your rotations and everything, it does make it feel a little better. But the fact is, in terms of animations and whatever, I don't know if Rift has undergone any improvements over the past couple of years, but I'm just gonna say it's dated. It does feel dated because it's a bit slow. Doesn't help that I only swing my sword one way, you know? Like, I'm gonna be watching myself do that for the rest of the night, and you guys have no choice but to watch it. Alright, and for the record, I'm gonna, once I turn this quest, I'll check it in chat, but for the record, I've been punked tonight, or I've been pranked today like 4 times already, so I'm taking it out on Rift Prime when I get the chance. Yeah, I'm just running into a whole bunch of things here. And there's no sprint. Yeah, I keep hitting that damn shift key, but there's no sprint key. So deliver the imbued swords. I've just discovered the town of Artenberg, which is just filled with corrupted things. Oh look, sticky note. I mean, sticky, sparkly note. Let's go ahead and pick that up. The passing. Oh really? Come on. Let a man read a note in peace. Well, I actually may die here. Nah, dying during the tutorial, no chance. Yeah, I hear my heart beating. Maybe I should take that potion. Close call. Alright, let's see what this is. The passing of Juster Mathos. The kingdom of Thosia mourns the death of its wise and benevolent sovereign, Juster Mathos. Okay, so I gather this lore and everything, and based off memory, I do know that there's gonna be books. And I mean, it's not like Rift is not gonna be your huge open world where you can go and explore and, you know, do sandbox and stuff. No, this is a theme park MMORPG. I think that's pretty clear. But you know, when you go out in the world, you're gonna have maps like these out in the world where there's towns and opened, you know, churches and houses that you can go into and look for. Oh, what are they called? Artifacts. There's these things called artifacts which you can collect. And when you complete like a collection of artifacts or whatever, then you can get a currency or something to go and turn in for cool rewards. That's one aspect of Rift. Here we go, Shyla Starhearth. Thank you, Ascended. This steel is imbued with Sourstone, a material that allows the pious to communicate with the gods. Thanks to you, we can use these weapons to cleanse this town. Only the Vigil and Chosen can end this. So here we go, first weapon upgrade. This is a one-handed weapon, and this is a two-handed weapon. I'm gonna go with two-handed, I suppose. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter, because it gave me boar. Okay, let's go ahead and equip those. Can I equip both? I guess I can. Let me just see what's going on here. So I got an offhand and a main hand. So I know that's the one I got from the tutorial. So let's do two-handed. Can we do offhand? Yeah, we can. Oh no, I can't. So I can only do one or the other, unless I get a second one-handed sword. Then I can do dual wielding, I suppose. Alright, let's pick up this quest. Long ago, with the help of the 5 gods, alright, so we learned there are 5 gods here, the people of Talara banished Regulus and imprisoned the other dragons of the Bloodstorm. But now, King Adraxis and his minions have weakened the ward that protects Talara from Regulus, stealing the holy relics that manifests our faith. Take back these holy orbs. Okay, let's do that. Alright, checking in chat before we move on here. Where did we stop? Scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up. Scrolling up. Oh gosh. Alright, looks like we got a good discussion going in here. Holy crap, sorry guys, hang on. Let me just scroll up and see where the chat stopped, because you know I'm gonna read every damn thing, right? Rugador says what is shown in red is unavailable, which is probably the healing trees for the souls. I suppose that's what you're talking about. And Clea says used to love watching and playing Defiance. Pity the series went ass up. Yeah, I've watched like the first 2 episodes of Defiance, and even though the graphics and cinematics and everything were kind of cheesy, it's on the Sci-Fi Channel. I mean, okay, to be fair, we don't get Sci-Fi Channel here in Malaysia, so I actually watch illegally. Sorry, there you have it. I watched illegally, but you know, at the time I thought it's pretty cool. But yeah, Wiga says pastel lilac hair, very seasonally appropriate. I was going for white hair, but I guess it's not white, unfortunately. Oh well. We got Steve in chat. Hey Steve, he says I've been playing on Prime, loving it. Level 37. Excellent, nice. 37, huh? Pretty close to the level cap. How are you finding it so far in terms of content, Steve? Let me know your thoughts. Baradhor says, do you prefer your character to be regular plain or airplane? Regular plain. Rico says, for the Republic indeed. And I have a video coming out that's going to be talking about Star Wars The Old Republic. I don't know if it is a April Fool's joke on BioWare's part, but apparently there's a new expansion coming out for update 6.0 that's going to bring back the Republic versus the good and bad storyline. It's going to, it's doing away with the whole Zion thing. So that's pretty interesting. Steve says the warrior pet helps a lot for early levels. That's good to know. This is water plane. And Rugger says paraphrases even fire plane. Alright. Clay says we just spammed our fireworks. They are pretty. Rico says Thor Regulus. Smart. Heavy Rain. Hey, Heavy Rain. Sorry if I'm getting to your chat late. He says Rift is an interesting proposition, and its existence has to be acknowledged on an MMO map. But you need to remember that despite some novelties, this game offers a very classic approach to the gameplay, which is a very interesting point, because everything that comes, at least in my opinion, guys, based on what I remember, or what I've seen and remember, is that everything that comes after Rift Prime in terms of timing seems to be have a more modern approach to MMORPG. Think of the titles that come after Rift Prime. I think Star Wars came in December 2011, right? Rift was somewhere earlier, I think. I'm not sure. And then you got Guild Wars 2, which just a game changer for the MMO landscape in 2012. And then all the other MMOs that came after that, Wallstar, ESO, and so on and so forth. It's just been drastically different from the traditional kind of theme park game. Whereas Rift, I think Rift is one of those MMOs that is the last of the last in terms of being a classic release title that's close to or pays homage in its own way to, you know, old MMORPG titles, I suppose. At least that's how I see it. So that's an interesting thing that you brought up there, Heavy Rain. Good discussion. Check it on chat too. Clea, oh no, Heavy Rain says, but never trust Tryon Worlds. It's, you know, the thing about trusting MMO developers, hell, I don't trust. I mean, it's not a matter of trust. It's just, it comes down to so many different things, you know. And I'm not trying to defend any one particular MMO studio developer. I mean, but with Tryon, they're in a very, you know, they're in a unique situation, I should say, because of the amount of games under their belt that has gotten bad publicity over the past years. You know, you think of the Arc 8 situation, and Rift, obviously. Okay, so I've got 2 souls points here. I'm just gonna be lazy and hit that thing again and see where the game has spent my points. So it's kind of put some in Paragon. It's putting 1 here. It's put 2 here in Titan Strength. And again, I did none of these, guys. I just hit the auto spend skill thing, so the game's doing it for me. But the thing you'll notice here is that I do now have more skills too. So I got Reckless Strike, which I can just then drag and drop to my bar. I've got Void, which is a self buff. And over on the Paragon side, I've got a Way of the River, which is another self buff, increases my physical crit. And what's this? Swift Strike, so that's a melee attack. But that's that. That's, if you feel like you're low on skills, just go into your panel and see if you've missed anything. So let's do that. Can I do one or the other? That's a 59-minute buff. Rift does this a lot. Most of your buffs, like, this is one of those games that you know it's old school because you cast buffs and there's a timer up there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but yeah, the timer's up there. Oh, hello, horror. Let's try out some of our new skills. Oh, there we go. New animations. Oh boy, can you hit any faster than that? What is this? More shiny. Okay, so there's a lot of lore here for you lore hunters. Let's get close to the action. Oof. Alright, that guy. Last one. He's almost dead too, so I gotta thank the NPC for kind of helping me along the way there. Oh, bastard. He didn't give me an orb. I guess getting help from the NPC doesn't count. Geronimo! Dad. Alright, there we go. We got our orbs. Okay, moving on with the chat here. Clea says, early combat is still bleh. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that. I mean, I did the early combat in the rogue. That wasn't great either, although I did get that pet, that, the thing with the rogue thing that I picked, you know, it's got a pet that can tank, and then later on, you can get a pet that does well on DPS for PvP, or another pet that does well for range damage. On the warrior, at least on the path that I chose, doesn't really have that. Oh, I'm going the wrong way here. Damn it. Cool map. I'm supposed to go over there.
Quest items that you
Blah blah. Thank you, tutorial. Okay, there we go. I see him. Brother Jabaya? Yeah, I mean, from the setting itself, because of you know, Rift is it's a fantasy game, but it's not exactly like high fantasy where there's no such thing as technology, there's no such thing as, you know, a contemporary race and class that are, you know, kind of thing. So you will see some really funky things in Rift, which I kind of like, I suppose. It's got some, well, I don't want to compare it to World of Warcraft, but some of the quests that I've done so far does involve doing, you know, the out-of-the-box things instead of just killing and fetching. But based on what I've done on the Defiant character, there is a lot of that too. Okay, turning in. You've honored the vigil. Some small part of the ward still exists as long as there are ascended who fight against Regulus. The holy relics you've recovered will soon allow us to fight back against the corruption of Adrexis has unleashed. Right, let's fight back. We must begin. Oh, Queen Lexi. Look at that. That's a nice little tiger mounty thingy majingy. That's a sweet mount. I like that. How do I get my hands on that? As soon as I see a sweet mount, I'm all about that, man. Oh, okay, she's a ranger because I do have that pet on my rogue ranger. What did I say? Right, Inquisition. We must begin severing Regulus's hand on this land. In the Lord's Hall, the dwarves often sought the power of Baralt, god of the city, to aid us in banishing evil. I've imbued a hammer with the holy materials you brought me. Pray to Baralt for his blessing, and then use his power to cleanse this town. Right, let's go look for Baralt. Oh, really? Bugger off. What's the other buff do again? Physical crit, and this one is reduces damage taken. Cool, so the two buffs I've got, one's for DPS and one's for self buffs or whatever, in case later on, if things get a little messy. So is this what I'm looking for? Is that the statue of Baralt? Oh, hello. Hi there. Okay, let's go ahead and take this. Let's pray. Oh, is that how I pray? Oh, ooh, hello. Baralt blesses you, Ascended. Use his power to cleanse this land. Okay, what am I doing? Use the Dwarven Hammer on deathbound thralls. Alright.
Quests may require you to use items on a target or location.
Understood, lady. See, shiny. That is a book. Yeah, so here's an example of a book that you can collect out in the world. And it's going to go into my inventory. This is the Elementalist, the First Mages. So it's a pretty interesting title there. And when you right click on that, you're going to collect this item. So it goes into your collection bar. Now, to access that, bottom left, you'll see a bunch of panels here, right? You got player, you got activity, and then you've got social, and help, and blah, blah, blah. So there's a panel in here somewhere that will... Actually, I think it's just under character, and then you go under... Oh gosh, there you go, books. So there's a bunch of books out in the world that you can collect, and then you can just click on that, and then you can read it. So it's got lore if you want to go out and look for lore, or if that's not your thing, you'd rather spend your time elsewhere, then that's fine too. Rift does have a housing system as well. I think it's called Dimensions, which the game kind of forces you. I mean, it doesn't force you, but there's a quest that you can pick up very early on the way to level 20 that's going to teach you how to get into player housing and everything. And those of you that like that aspect, to decorate and stuff like that, you'll probably find that pretty fun. So I gotta click the hammer here and banish this guy. Oh, sweet. Can I make that a permanent skill, please? Look at that. I like that. That feels more like Star Wars than anything else. I see another shiny there. Is that a book? Yeah, that is another book. Let's go ahead and pick that up. There we go. Alright. Now. Oh, that is a rare blue book. The City Racket of Ardenburgh. Ardenburgh? Anybody from Scotland here? I mean, that sounds like a Scottish... what am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? Edinburgh, right? Edinburgh. I am just butchering the names. I'm sorry, guys. Let's go ahead and move on and change the subject. Let's check in the chat while I run. Heavy Rain says, and it's cash grab, and you have boosts in the cash shop, and mounts are expensive. I assume you're talking about the live servers, right? As opposed to Prime. Same game, different payment method, says Hernani Ferreira. Oh, copy that. I mean, the thing with Prime is $14.99 doesn't just get you the Prime server. You also become a patron on the live servers, so it's like you do get the benefits of being like a, let's just say a VIP, you know, being a Rift VIP. You do get, I don't know what you get, but whatever you get, you can use that on the live servers if you want to. So now the choice becomes, do you spend time on the Prime servers, or, you know, if you're bored on Prime waiting for the new whatever they're going to introduce, then you could just jump back to the live servers and use the boosts and benefits there, because there is like a loyalty program, I think. I'm not sure actually, but you got stuff like gems and everything that you can, you know, buy, credits, sorry, then you can just buy stuff with credits and, you know, so on and so forth. So hey, that's the store for you. Ha! I could hear the fury of Baradhor smiting those fiends from here. You've honored the vigil. Now that the glory of Baradhor has been restored to this town, it's only a matter of time before we expel Regulus' corruption completely. Cool. Just give me my armor and I'll be on my way. Oh, level up again. Sweet. What do we got? 1 point. Let's take that. And we got a new buff here. Soldier's Bearing. Increases the damage done by 3%. I like that. And I'm going to drag that there. I'm just going to use it straight away. And that actually goes right alongside my Void buff, which reduces my damage. So I like that. This is good. Yeah, I do like the whole Rift buff system, you know. But the thing is, there can be times when you log in and you just forget about that, because I've been spoiled by games these days that no longer does that, and I kind of miss that too, you know, because I've played Lotro for a very long time, and my main class there is a captain, and the thing that captain classes used to do is we used to buff everybody, you know. If we see like a player run by in town, we'll just give them a drive-by buff or whatever for extra speed, or, you know, something like that. That's no longer, that's a bygone thing, you know. Buffing, manual buffing, I feel is being killed from modern day MMORPGs, which is kind of sad, because there's something social about being able to buff a player regardless of their consent, you know. It's just like a fun thing. And then obviously in the raids or whatever, back in the day, it's all about, okay, let's eat foods, let's get buffs going, and then let's, you know, blah blah blah. These days I feel games is like, okay, jump in the raid, just go do your thing. Maybe the food thing has kind of stayed, but buffing in general has gone away. So it's nice to see that buffs are a thing. Okay, Sourcestone. The abhorrence of these defiant betrayers knows no bounds. They've stolen our Sourcestone to power their disgusting machine. Sourcestone is the result of the gods' creation of Talara. It is holy and ours by right. Rip the Sourcestone from their unholy devices or their corpses. Okay, and that's my first bag slot, so they're gonna give me a bag reward there in addition to boots. So let's go do it. Now, I'm gonna be checking on chat again here. Rugador says, Void Knight sounds really cool. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. It is a defensive soul, so I guess it's more of the tanky type one. But it does, you know, give every point you put into Void Knight, you know, it has all its passives, like increases the damage done, increases the base health and whatever. So there's a lot of depth to this. Like, I'm gonna need time after the stream during the week to sit down and really look at these. And of course, there's guides online to help you decide what's the best soul, how to build a character. And that's, in terms of the class system, that's why I say Rift can be pretty deep. And the games that I used to play used to be this deep, and then everything just became simplified. Oh well. Heverin says, okay, still the same. You need, You need to pay 15 a month to play it. Claire says, true, but worth it or not to have pay to win. Rugador says the graphics in this game look better than I remember. Well, it's on 60 FPS. I am streaming on 60 FPS, and hey, give my gaming rig some credit, bro. Like, I'm playing on a pretty sweet rig. I'm just kidding, but yeah, okay, here's the thing, guys. I cannot stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time anymore. I'm not sure if I've actually told you guys this before, but it only happened like maybe 3 weeks ago, where somebody said that, you know, because you are an affiliated partner with Twitch. I mean, I'm not a Twitch partner, sorry. I'm a Twitch affiliate. But once you become that, you can no longer stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, because I've been using Restream for that, and apparently it's against the terms of service or whatever, so I can no longer do the, you know, dual streaming thing. So that means that moving forward, all my streams can be 60 FPS, the highest possible bitrate that I can make. So I'm doing 10,000 bitrate right now because I upgraded my internet. So whatever you're seeing in terms of quality is a good thing, I suppose. Let's just keep it at that. Where I'm reading at the chat is actually like half an hour ago, so I'm really far behind on chat, which kind of sucks. I will catch up to you guys soon. Okay, where am I going? I'm going there. Oh, we got a defiant trader who did not see me. He just ran past me, which is fine by me. Onwards we go. And yeah, moving around in the early game, you know, there is mounts, as you saw. Like the person earlier that was on the like tiger mount, I think she bought a package or something to get the mount straight away. I don't think I have mounts until I buy my first mount. I do have appearance sets. You can collect like costume sets or whatever, so you can use that later on. The thing is, I do not think these are account bound. If they were, oh, you know what? They just may be account bound. Let me just see. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I wish these were account bound, which means like any like mounts you get or whatever, you could share that across your account. Obviously, as a free-to-play game, developers aren't going to do that because they want to make you spend money and buy individual mounts for individual characters. But I'm thinking specifically for Rift Prime, you know, if they had done that, I think it'll be great, right? I mean, if you're going to pay a subscription for this, you might as well make it worth my while. And the first thing that came to my mind, sorry, I hate to compare, but it's what I do here. I'm a critic, I suppose. Something like Warcraft's collect, you know, their whole collection system. I think it's great, especially for Prime. Even though I know that cross-faction stuff may not work, I think mounts should work. Alright, so the Sword Stone was used to weaken the ward that protected Talara from Regulus. This defiant betrayers helped King Adraxis open a rift into the plane of death itself. You have honored the vigil by returning it to our rightful possession. Great, more gear. Gimme. I'm running out of bag space here. So right-clicking on the bag adds another bag slot. Hey, that's cheating. I didn't get my bag slot. Let me just refresh that. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you gotta like hit the B key again. And this is where add-ons will come in handy. And yes, Rift does have add-ons. You can go to riftui.com or Nexus or whatever. Let's go ahead and wear that. Okay, next quest. Fields run red. The rift that brought us to death is now spreading its decay across Talara. Valorhole is where we'll make our stand. Are we cowards like Orpheal's Defiance, or are we ascended? Return to the living to bring a death to the tyrant. If you've got the spine for it, cull the fields of Adraxis' skeleton army. Okay, looky here. Kill 2 rogues, 2 soldiers, 2 sorcerers. It has begun. The crappy type quest has begun. But then again, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. This is the tutorial, and it's gonna teach people who've never played MMORPGs before how to play. So sorry, I'm gonna sell all my fireworks, you guys. Don't hate me, all right? I'm not much of a fun and games type person on stream. I just want to move forward and show you guys as much as I can. So, what is Rift all about? What is the Rift even? You know, why do they call the game Rift? That thing right there looks, you know, that's like a scene from Independence Day. That's a Rift. It's basically a Really? I did nothing to you, bro. I didn't even touch you, and you ran straight up to me. Deathbound Rogue. Yeah, he really wants to die, doesn't he? I'll grant you your wish. Yeah, so as I was saying, before I rudely got interrupted by a skeleton running up the hill to get to me, that is what a Rift looks like in Rift. And all these things will show up on the map all across the world of Talara. And later on, you'll be given a skill, you know, to try and open up a tear, because it doesn't look like that when you stumble upon one out in the world. It just looks like a tear in the sky, and you just go there, and then you open it up with your ascended skill, and then things comes down, and then just different stages and everything. That is a great organic sort of world content. That one of the great things about Rift, when it came to making dynamic landscape events, and there's so many different variants of rifts that you'll come across in the world based on difficulty. There can be elite rifts with, you know, where you can join like a public raid and everybody gets credit, or there's like smaller solo or two-man rifts that can come out as well. So in the next month, I'm sure we'll be doing a bunch of those. So, oh look, hey, hi there, Gwyneth. How the hell did she get a horse? Where do you get horses in here? I want my horse. Oh, maybe from the store. Let me just take a quick look. Can you actually buy a? Can I buy a mount right now? I could buy a mount right now. Bay horse, chocolate horse, chestnut horse, but that's like 2 platinum. I don't have 2 platinum. The currency is, I think that is, you've got platinum as like the highest amount, and then you've got gold, and then I can't remember what the silver maybe. So 2 platinum, I don't have 2 platinum on me now, so there's no chance I'm gonna get that. Alright, sorcerers. The animation kind of just cancelled itself there for some reason. I don't know why. And I do see those ballistas glowing in the corner of my eye, so I'm guessing there's going to be a quest or something that's going to happen when I pick up that, when I hit it for the first time or something. I don't know. Okay, it's no longer glowing. But the one behind me is. Let's kill this sorcerer up quick. Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, I see it. I can click on that catapult. What happens? Launching. Launching where? Oh. Oh, cool. Well, I just killed a bunch of doodads, but I think it's part of a quest that I haven't even picked up yet. So let's go kill one more rogue, and let's be done with this. Is that a rogue? That is a rogue. Let's see how far my bull's charge can reach. That's the skill. Here we go. Kinda slow, you guys. Kinda slow. Oh, I just searched him for 73 silver. Well done. Alright, let's go back to Cyril Kalmar. I'm gonna otter on there so I can check it in chat. Alright, chat. Heavy Rain says it's supposed to be outmatched World of Warcraft. That's an April Fool's joke, right? Baradhor says, you no take candle! Sorry. And Clear says a lot of Rift is vanilla WoW enhanced. Nice. I mean, obviously I don't know that because I've never played vanilla WoW. I wasn't there. So it's interesting. So now playing Rift Prime and seeing what their vanilla looks like or what they're inspired by, and then whenever WoW Classic comes out, I'll be able to jump into that and then, you know, see for myself what all these classic server, what's the attraction of the classic server, what's that all about, and why is that a thing? Claire says Rift Live equals horrible cash store. Rift Prime equals no pay to win. And she also says Rift Prime is really just cosmetics and account stuff, which is good to hear. Dungeon queues are also rather fast, and I hope it would be, because Rift Prime, obviously it's a new thing. This is where all the players are going to be, and I really do expect that, you know, the queues for dungeons should be faster, for PvP should be faster, so I do hope that is true. Oughtnot, hey Oughtnot, sorry if I'm getting through chat late, bro. He says Doomsayers have been saying Rift died years ago, but it's not dead. It's just all that content begins at endgame. Most people are still playing at level 70, and PvP and PvE starts at level 70. Oughtnot also says Rift also has the best player housing and wardrobe system of any game ever. That's cool, man. And Amos says, is video in your rotation of games to play? Yes, it is. Whenever I get my free time, I'll try and jump into that. But if you don't see me, please keep in mind, I'm playing World of Warcraft, I'm playing Guild Wars 2, I'm playing Elder Scrolls Online for the upcoming expansion, obviously, and I'm also playing Secret World Legends because there's a new season coming out. So if you don't see me on video, or if you don't see me in any of these games, I could be playing another game. And on top of that, I am going to be reviewing Rift Prime for a month, so I could be in any of these 6 games. So what's the best way to find out what I'm playing? Just send me a message on Discord, man. It's like, where the hell are you? And I'll probably tell you. Otherwise, I just want to be left alone and just do my thing. Because I hardly get time to play anymore as it is, because work has been getting crazy. And, yeah. Claire says, sure, we have a choice whether or not to watch you swing that sword. We could choose not to watch. Good point. Ruguro says, yeah, you have no power over us. We can leave whenever we want to. And I appreciate that. I don't have the power here, guys. You have the power. You're the one watching. So let's go ahead and pick up this quest. Fields run red. I see you, and I have similar methods. The undead legions that batter our bulwarks are a source of joy for me. I love nothing more than seeing their bones ground to dust and scattered in the Methosian wind. You know, I like the writing so far. I mean, it's passionate. I've seen the defiant side of the writing. They're more brainy, I guess is the right word. So on the Guardian side, because they're all like religious nuts and, you know, they believe in God and Ascension and whatever, I can see from their writing that this is more of, you know, it's got that influence in it, and I like that. From the short time that I've played Rift so far, from a story perspective, if the writing can separate or it can create identities for the 2 different factions, then I like that, because I can immediately feel the flavor. This is a Defiant thing. This is a Guardian thing. And that's pretty cool, especially when you have multiple factions. If you have an MMORPG with multiple factions that are designed, you know, to say things and do things that are similar, then you've just lost the attraction factor for playing a different faction. You know what I mean? So this is nice. Let's go ahead and equip that new bag and refresh that so I have more bag slots here. There we go. Alright, the Pariah. You are strong, but a great challenge awaits. Orpheal is destroying foul devices at the Ascendant Hall to replicate the Vigil's power. Offer prayer again, to Thedior, so the God's messenger may send you to the Ascendant Hall. Once there, dismantle Orpheal's machines and expel the coward from our holy site. I'm gonna pretend I understood all that. Oh, so that's what that was for. At the corner of my eye, I saw that the first time. I thought that was like a chest that I'm gonna go and open and get loot for later on. But it's actually something to pray. Let's pray. Take a knee, son. Take a knee. Oh, there you are again. I will send you to the Ascendant Hall. Hey, where the hell am I? Okay, so I'm in a different part of the same map, I think? Yeah, I'm way up top. And this is just the tutorial map. I'm aware of that. Disable Orpheal's Corruptor. Will he attack me? He's not attacking me, so I'm just gonna click that real quick. Disabling. Whoop. Oh, hello. I knew that was gonna happen. Let's go up close and see what the action's all about. Oh, did I just take his head off? Nice. Or an arm. Oh, big baddie at the back. What have you done? Ethek would have allowed me to siphon the Vigil's power. You'll regret this. I wish that was voice acted. Because, you know, when you're in the thick of the moment, you're not exactly reading chat or you're reading anything on screen. And I kind of got a headache. I'm kind of stuck. I can't die like this. One day I will replicate Ascension and destroy you all, and off he goes. Okay. So let's speak to the messenger, which is right there. This is a really nice area. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the, like, a top tier of Minas Tirith. Those of you guys, Lord of the Rings. the Gondorian city, Minister of the White City, you know, at the highest tier. You've got that thing that just leads off, and you can see like the Pelennor fields below you and everything. This is exactly what it reminds me of. I wonder what happens if I jump down. I'm not gonna do it, but this is a great place for a screenshot. Alright, let's talk to the messenger of the Vigil here. You have done all the gods have asked, now they ask for so much more. You must be prepared to give your life to push Regulus back to the war. Hey, I guess I don't have a choice, right? Yay, level up again. Let me just click that. Auto spend. No new skills here. Burgeoning power. The end is approaching, Ascended. To prevail, you must let the Vigil kindle the power within you. I will send you back to the Valor Hold. Go now, and know that you are the weapon of the gods. I am the weapon of the gods. That sounds great. Oh, hey now. Hey, that looks familiar. That's like traveling as a Death Knight in WoW. In the early game, I think. And now I'm a flying orb. Oh, there we go. Cool. I've never seen anyone so illuminated by the Vigil's grace. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm one of a kind. Gathering strength. The final fight against Adraxis will soon be upon us, but we will need steeds to bear us across. Is this where I get my mount? That'll be fucking awesome. Break through the undead ranks once more, and use my bridle to bring back our fallen mounts. Use the horse to cleanse and mount a shadow-touched horse, and return the horse at the stable in Valor. Okay. So where be the horsey? Oh, I've got to go out there and grab one. I see. So I've got 3 different areas. What's closest to me? It's actually up north. Here, horsey, horsey. God, I run so slow. Hey, what the hell happened to my bar? My bar just went missing. Hang on, guys. This is not right. Where the hell did my bars go? Okay, it doesn't matter. I can just drag more buffs down there. Oh, I see it. I see a horse right there. There you go. Shadow Touch horse, level 5. But I've got a rogue in the way. Die, roguey, roguey. Okay, let's do this. Cleansing amount. Oh, I thought I was going to cut the horse in 2 there. Yay, horsey. Now, return the horse to the stable. Oh, I thought I was going to do some cool stuff with it. So this is what riding looks like in Rift, and I do know from experience that, you know, they have some pretty cool looking mounts. I got the tiger, and the PvP mounts are sweet. Because I used to PvP a lot, and one of my goals was to get the PvP mount. I know, right? People PvP here for the gear, I PvP for the mounts. Yeah, that's the player that I used to be. Still am, maybe. But yeah, Rift does have some sweet mounts. What am I doing? I'm putting in here. Okay, so I've returned your horse. Would you give me that horse for free, sir? Because I returned it to you. Or at least one can hope. Okay, one horse is a small weapon, but so is one sword. Wielded by an ascendant like you, our enemies will shriek in agony as they are trampled like twigs. Adraxis took much from us when he loosed Regulus upon the world. Our lands, our people, and our hope, all gone. Now we will return the favor. It's time to slay the tyrant. Yes, great. Can't wait to get out of this tutorial. A dim dark eye. At last we come to the end. This is what the Vigil brought us back for. With their guidance and our might, the tyrant's hordes will fall away from us like rain against steel. Ride to the eye of Regulus and slay the king to sever Regulus' grip on his land. If King Adraxis wants oblivion, we'll give it to him. Good writing. I can imagine, I mean, as a storyteller or whatever, you know, you want to know if something's written well, you read it out. You read it out in a way that a voice actor would, and that's how you can tell whether whoever is writing this dialogue is doing a good job or not. Okay, here we go. Lend me a steed for battle. Awesome. Alright, here we go, horsey. We're going to Regulus now. And he looks to be right up there at that rift. And I gotta... Oh, to hell with you, rogue. I'm on a horse. Leave me alone. My horse has a horn. I don't know if that's what the hell? I can't fight that. Okay, I'm just gonna park here for a bit. Whoa. No evil can stand against the Ascendant. Step into the light and let the power of the gods course through your body. I am invincible.
You've entered a rift.
Oh.
Rifts are portals used by planar invaders.
All right, so this is what a rift looks like, guys. As I said, when you hit a rift, this dark, you know, everything, the ground, the grass, the environment around you, where the rift has spawned, will be like corrupt and whatever. And then you've got this circle thing on the right side where the quest tracker is, and then you can see the different objectives or whatever. And these are all part of closing the rift. So let me get off my horse and let's start doing things. So the objective I have, and the objective, especially out in the world, you know, the objectives vary, so you can have different stages. As you can see, I'm only on stage 1, and this is just disable the pillars or whatever. But out in the world, you can have multiple stages, you know, kill 10, whatever. And it kind of depends on what the rift is and how many players are in the vicinity. But that's what kind of makes rift fun, especially out in the landscape. Oh, look. I have a magical hammer out of nowhere. One more guy there. Alright, bring on the tyrant. Alright, stage complete. Stage 2 of the rift. What do we got? Confront Adraxis.
Did I not slay you before?
Oh, voice acting.
Destroy you, tyrant! Your gods cannot stand against the dragon of extinction. Regulus, I give my life to you, from which springs power eternal.
It's a nice looking dragon. Oh, it's gone. Oh, hey now. Oh, shit. Really?
I shall rule all of creation. You are insane, brother!
Brother?
I will end this if you cannot! Carwin, my bastard brother. You address me as Regulus, or not at all. No!
Anybody who says no before he dies is like cheesy. Okay, so I guess we're gonna kill stuff now. Volume goes back down again. Alright, so that's interesting. We've established that one of the bad guys has a brother on that's good side, and brother's now dead. We've also established that the dragon is a powerful being that we're probably gonna face as the game's primary antagonist later on. I don't know, through the main story or through a dungeon or a raid. But it's cool though, getting a glimpse of the dragon here in the tutorial. That's always a good incentive to set the scene of what's coming up later on in the game. A lot of MMORPGs do this. You know, setting this tutorial scene. Okay, kill what now? Ettins? Great. One down, one more to go. Wow, he's got 3 people wailing on him and it's not... Their DPS suck. You gotta rely on me, the Ascendant. Yeah, it's getting to my head. As a Guardian, I notice they keep putting this thing in your head. You're chosen by the gods, you know, you're Ascendant, you got powers and everything. That kinda gets to you. Alright, let's fight a shade of Regulus. I have to scroll out so far just to see him in his full size. And he's dead. Right. Oh.
Guardian of the Vigil, your sacrifice has saved Telara from destruction. But the world is still in peril. See now, through prophetic eyes. brood stirs. The ward falls. And utopia is undone. Mark well this prophecy of the rifts. We have chosen you as an instrument to prevent the coming apocalypse. Go with the grace of the vigil.
Okay, well then. I am in Divine Landing. What happened to me? Like, I guess I'm in the same timeline, I think.
Enemies are...
And I'll tell you why I brought that up. Because when you play the tutorial as a Defiant character, it's set, I think, in a future where the world is already destroyed, and you know, as a Defiant character, you're seeing the aftermath of what happens when, you know, Regulus's army comes and attacks and whatever. And at the end of the Defiant tutorial, they actually send you back in the past to fix that future, so that doesn't happen, you know. So you'll go back and alter the timeline of events, essentially. So on the Guardian side, I don't think that happened. I think we're in the same timeline. Let's go ahead and talk to this messenger, and then I'll get to the chat. I promise. I'm way behind on chat. I'll check in on that. So let's turn this in.
Meant to be here.
You've been gone for 2 decades. What? That's kind of cheap. Because at the end of the tutorial, there wasn't a scene of me dying, or there wasn't a scene of me falling down, or going to bed, or being dragged away, or... like I said, on the Defiant side, the whole point of the tutorial was to get to the time portal to bring you back in the past to make sure that the, you know, whatever doesn't happen with the dragon. Whereas on the Guardian side, we just killed that, you know, shade of Regulus, but I don't know, it's not clear what happened to me. It just says here that I've been gone for 2 decades and much has changed. Being ascended is a great gift, but all power has its price. Orpheal and the Defiance you fought in Mythosia have now replicated Ascension. So that's one of the last things that, you know, that bad dude said he was going to do before he left, and he's already done it. Regulus, his avatar, shattered, still reaches through the weakened ward. You are a guardian. Your people and your gods need you. Two-handed as always. I think that's gonna always give me more damage, and I do like two-handed weapons, so... Level 6. So just doing the tutorial, you know, killing things in there, you can, I guess you'll be level 6 or whatever when you get out of the tutorial. Let's spend some points, and I've got new skills now. I've got a Savage Sweep. This is a AoE, 6 enemies. I like that. Good, good, good. I like AoE. And here's another consumer. I'm going to put that at my number 11 thing. Alright, so introduction, the Soul Tree. You have much to learn about your new form. Let's, questions can be asked. Speak with me so that I can instruct you on the basics of the Soul Tree and what wonders it holds. Are we talking about the soul? That's new.
In this brief tutorial video, we are going to highlight the basic features of the Soul Tree. The Soul Tree is a unique and powerful feature that customizes your hero to fit your playstyle. The upper section of the Soul Tree is the branches. Each soul point spent in the branches increases the effectiveness of your hero. The lower section of the Soul Tree is the roots. This section shows what abilities can be unlocked as you invest in a soul. The mid section of the Soul Tree holds the soul slots. This section shows which souls are equipped. Spending points is easy if you are using a pre-made purpose. Just click the Spend All button. You can access the Soul Tree at any time by pressing the N key or selecting Soul Tree from the player menu in the lower left-hand corner.
Well, who better to explain the Soul Tree than the game themselves? Cool. They actually explained that pretty better than I ever could, so hey.
I am but a messenger.
Be strong, Ascended. Our future is in your hands. Oh yeah, no pressure. Okay, here we go. So this is what main story quests are gonna look like. They'll have a gold background, and it kind of looks like a parchment or something, which is kind of cool. And this is the return. After you shattered the body of Adraxis, Regulus was weakened for a time. The order you helped form grew stronger. They named themselves the Guardians, and by the Vigil's grace, worked to strengthen the God's ward against Regulus. But Regulus returned too soon. The city of Port Sion was lost, and the Defiance betrayed the world once more. Many of your people have fallen. Go to them, send it. You've come back to save Talara. Oh, hey. It looks like I've actually... Did I go back in the past as well? That's pretty interesting. Anyway, we're heading to Divine Landing. No, we're heading to... whatever. We're just heading somewhere.
Go with the grace of
We've got people to talk to. And this is the map of Talara. I don't know if this is bigger in the live version of the game, but the cap here is... What is the cap? Level 50? Have they increased that yet? Because I do see a level 65 area. I'm not sure if that's out yet for this server, because Rift Prime is a progression-based server, so every once in a while, they're going to move the progression further. They're going to introduce certain content, just like a classic progression server would. So I don't actually know what the cap is or whatever. But in case you were wondering, is it big? I would say it's big, because while the maps and whatever may look small, because at the early levels, especially going up to level 20 or whatever, you're essentially, if you're not going to spend money on buying a mount, then you're going to be moving pretty slow because you're running on foot. And some of these zones are actually huge to cover on foot. But there are some classes that gives you like running buffs and everything. So if you know that's going to be just your situation, then playing like a rogue bard or whatever, that you can constantly buff yourself with a running speed boost can be pretty handy. Otherwise, you can just go and spend money on buying a mount if you have enough platinum or whatever. So the map's actually kind of huge. And there's lots of things to do. So, before we move on with the adventure, I owe it to you guys to check in on chat and see what you guys are talking about. Sorry, I had to ignore chat for a while here. So, where are we? Carlos Enrique says, hi all, greetings from Brazil. Hello Carlos, welcome to the stream. Brand new adventure, always excited for that. We got Faramir in chat. Hello Faramir, says, are you going to make a review afterwards? Yes sir, any video or any live stream that I do that says leveling stream here on YouTube, there's guaranteed to be a review at the end of it. That is my promise, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Claire says the Tiger Mount is from the... Oh gosh, how do you pronounce that? Progenitor? I'm just going to go with that. Progenitor pack you can buy. Also has a month of game time and 2 15-day passes from memory. That's interesting. Claire says, as someone reinforced the other day, dimensions also give you rested when you log out in them. Rested means rested XP, y'all, because this is one of those MMOs that give you rested XP, so that's cool. We have Saint Patrick. Hello, Saint Patrick says, I didn't see for long any ESO stream. When can I expect something like that? You want to see an Elder Scrolls Online stream from me? Oh, I think you're gonna have to wait for Somerset, bro. Somerset expansion. That's probably the next big thing. I mean, I wanted to jump in for Clockwork City, but now that they've announced the Somerset expansion for all the Elder Scrolls Online, I'm probably gonna finish up whatever story that I've been playing on my Templar, my main character in ESO. And then as we get closer to Somerset, I'll see what I can do with some streams. Claire says, actually, I believe Battle for Azeroth is bringing back buffs. Oh my god, that is a great... That's great, I love that. Hassan says, Bard in Final Fantasy XIV is good buff class. Adnan says, wardrobe system is account-wide. Any armor you collect will be shared across all characters on your current shard. Mounts and pets are not. Oh, that's really good to hear. I'm just kind of curious, though. I mean, because these don't look like my rogue's gear. My rogue is level 21, and I do have some cool armor on him. But I can use these or so, I think, so... Oh yeah, that is my rogue's stuff. Yeah, you're right, Nod. That's awesome. That's cool. I can actually use gear from my other character on this server. So it does have a account-wide wardrobe system, which is nice. And this is not like you have to put them in a bank or anything. This is just your UI panel, which I kind of like. Unlike some games that forces you to keep the actual armor or whatever, or the cosmetic item, in order to have to use that. This is cool. I'm gonna go with, I suppose, a fancy barbaric look. Yeah, this is the wardrobe system in the flesh, and is that jeans? Kind of looks like jeans. I'm gonna go with that. And for boots, you can do a whole bunch of things too. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, I'm going with a roguey type look. You also got weapon skins as well. Well, I don't really have too many two-handers or whatever, so I'm just gonna leave weapons alone. But I'm gonna hit save. And that is that. Now I look like my rogue on my warrior character, so that's pretty cool. I like that. That's decent. Nice. Heavy Rain says, oh no, Hassanuddin says, World of Warcraft will bring back buffs as passive buffs, but not active abilities for buffing the group, but it's still good. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, for me, again, my playstyle, my archetype is more of the support type guy whenever I get the chance. So being able to buff regardless of whether it's passive or active, as long as I'm, you know, I can buff, then that's a good thing. I think that's gonna be good for WoW. Heavy Rain says, you buy a horse to cash out money grab. Clea says, I need to grab your Discord then. It is, I've got the Nightbot spamming like every 20 minutes or so. There's a direct link to my Discord there. Rugador says, a lot of WoW players say that only time WoW is any good was during the times of vanilla. WoW and declare anything past that is pure shit. Here's what I'll say, you know, we all have opinions about MMOs and why, which is our favorite, what we like, what we don't. When an MMO was good, when it was bad, after what expansion. We all have different opinions on that, and I respect that. But yeah, I mean, everything you hear, just take it with a grain of salt. For me, either watch somebody play it or go play it yourself to make an informed decision on why it's like that or why, you know? So, Rico says, Defiance of the Galaxy. I like that. That's cool. And St. Patrick 6, Blizzard didn't show any numbers for yours. How can you be so sure? Are you talking about subscription numbers? I don't recall. I think Blizzard kind of stopped sharing their subscription numbers after 2015, I think. But yeah, I could be wrong there. And Clear says, no, don't jump, especially today. St. Patrick says, I think ESO is breathing on their neck now, and after Somerset we will see. Assanuddin says, I don't know the numbers, but I only have to queue for 2 minutes, enter random raid. Star Wars takes an hour queue as a healer. I could never get anything in Star Wars, even with a queue. Rugador says to Hassan, yeah, those players are just hypocrites that can't let go of their nostalgia glasses. Okay, how far am I in chat? I actually don't know. Let's scroll down some more. Heavy Rain says, I pre-ordered ESO Somerset, and I can't wait to play it. I haven't pre-ordered it yet. It's about 150 ringgit for me. Kind of steep, so I'm waiting for next month's paycheck or whatever before I commit to that game, because I've already spent it on Rift this month, in addition to my WoW subscription, so I'm actually losing money. St. Patrick says, yeah, I'll do that soon. Nick says, hey, finally a stream. Hello, Nick Scryer. How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, finally, Rift. And so many other games, like Secret World Legends is coming out with their Season 2 on Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember. And then I gotta jump into that too. So, lots to do, you guys. Rugador says, I got a cool looking mount from an event. It was like some lava spider looking thing. Oh, you lucky bugger. I would die for like a cool looking mount. And we got Patrick in chat. Hey, Patrick, what's up, man? He says, what do you think about players being told how powerful and godlike hero champions are? They, or you prefer to be random stranger in unknown world with zero power almost, and you have to prove yourself? That is an excellent question, Patrick. And I actually prefer the latter. You know, when I start an MMORPG, I want to be given like a blank canvas. I want the game to set the scene for me. Like, this is the world that's, you know, and this is the world that you're going to be playing it. And this is a story. This is somewhat vaguely how you fit in, or what your past is, or why you're here. But you have to then figure things out for yourself. And if there's like different choices, whether you can pick to be, I don't know, whether you come from a well-to-do family or whatever, or you want to start from the streets or whatever. I mean, being able to pick that choice, I think, would be pretty cool. But for me personally, I would rather be, as an MMO character, start from nothing and then become something. Because when I find in that process, ooh, what do we got? Riaves. Sorry if I got that name wrong, but Riaves is now following me on Twitch. Thank you, Riaves. Welcome to the Twitch family. I appreciate the support, of course. And, oh gosh, what was I saying? Yeah, I prefer that method of, you know, storytelling for me, or character building, because when you start from nothing, and then when you play an MMORPG for so long, let's say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and then you've achieved so much, from the intro tutorial where the scene is set that you are nothing and you have to, you know, make a name for yourself, whatever. In 10 years, when you're wearing the best raid armor, when you've defeated multiple antagonists that have threatened the world, and you know, you found yourself a nice community and guild, and when you look back at that journey, everything feels great. That's how the nostalgia will mean something, you know, because not just as a character in the world, but as the player yourself, both of you, their avatar you and the real you, had spent that time, you know, to make a name for yourself, both from the in-game story and with the community to be where you are. And to me, that holds more weight rather than a game instantly telling you, oh, you're this great bugger and you're gonna save. I mean, it just loses its flair a little bit, but that's personal. So that's a really good question, Patrick. I like that. Cool, man. And if anybody else has anything to add to that, feel free. Clea says, don't forget the dye system in the wardrobe. I completely missed that. Let's check it out. Wardrobe, dye system. Ah, hey. So there's like 2 panel icons here that you can just click on, and then you can just randomly pick like different things. I like that. Oh, but do I need to have the dye? I don't know. Let me just see if I can find like a black head. Yeah, there is, but I think I need the dye. So let's not show uncollected and show what I have. So I've just got basic dyes, but I guess the more dyes you collect, you can, oh, mass dye mode. Hello. We got mass dye mode, y'all. Oh wow, this is actually pretty sweet. Yeah. Yeah. I got a big smile on my face. Any MMO that lets me do this, thumbs up. Big thumbs up. That's great. I now look freaking freaky. I look like Jason's brother or something. It looks like a hockey mask or whatever. So, thank you, Clea. That was really good tip. We got ggmyster says, hey, Adrian, sorry late, was doing a guild boss with BDO Guild. How are you? I'm good. Just, you know, happy to go back into review mode. The past week has been really difficult for me in terms of work and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's nice to finally focus on, you know, reviewing another MMO.
Hello.
So let's move on, shall we? Sienna says, a great sadness has fallen upon us. The holy forest of Silverwood should not be host to so much woe. What happened to you? I fell from the great bridge. Huh. So she jumped, Clea. I did not. Apparently she did. We were crossing to destroy their Ark of the Ascended, a foul device they've created to replicate the ascension of the Vigil. We couldn't let that happen, but the Defiants destroyed the bridge rather than face us in honorable combat. I can still see my comrades' faces as the bridge fell beneath us. I will never forget this crime. Who are you? You're dressed strangely for a GRM Adrian? Oh no, for a Guardian. I read that wrong. Gosh, my eyes. I guess I can't see without my glasses. I am here to restore the light. Alright, who am I speaking to next? Got a Captain Glot out here, and then of course there's like war and everything. I mean, environments and graphics look pretty good on the highest graphic settings. Just to show you guys what my settings are. Video. I don't have vertical sync. Shit. It's pretty deep systems here. Advanced. Yeah, so that's what my settings are at. I turn shadows down to medium because shadows don't really do a damn thing, but everything else is pretty high. And I have to say, the game looks absolutely cool, you know. And I'm streaming in 60 FPS, so I wonder if you guys can see all these and, you know, real smooth stuff. And of course with Terra, Terra. Yeah, it's getting late. What is it, 10:30? With Rift, there is an underwater world that you can explore too. And in other parts of the game, you know, there's going to be content on the water. There's a fishing mechanic here for crafting. I think the crafting system is pretty deep too. So let's see how far we can go tonight. Let's just do a bunch of things. There is a breath mechanic here as well, so you can't be underwater for too long. So here we are. Is that the bridge that fell? Yeah, I think that's the bridge. Yeah, that's what she was talking about. That's the bridge. So, the bridge is destroyed, and Port Sion is shut. Let me just turn down the in-game volume a little bit. The music's pretty cool, though. I really like the Rift music so far. Port Sign has fallen. Defiance ended the peace and destroyed the bridge, leaving our guardian comrades floating in the wreckage. What happened to the city over here? Where'd you come from? I just crawled ashore and saw a bright light near the trees. Whoever you are, you must be blessed by the vigil. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yes, I am. The city over there is Port Sion. It was the rock of we built peace upon between Defiance and Guardians, but Elsbeth allowed Regulus to stretch his horrendous talons through the ward. She stole the heart of Regulus from the vaults and unleashed a death wrath over the city. King Zareth, who tried for so long to keep the peace, gave his life to shut up the city and trap the evil inside. Now, we are Ward to Defiance, and that's why I'm soaking wet. What are we going to do now? We will fight back. Do not lose hope. I'm here. Me, the person who's going to critique this game. I'm here to save you all. Oh, here we go. Wanton Destroyer. I'm just trying to get my bearings right, because based on where I am, right across this bridge, this is the Defiant area. This is where Defiance leveled up. So I've been here on my Defiant character, and I'm questing here currently. So for us, I guess we're going the other way. 6 to 20 and then 20 to 26. And then are we going to be meeting in the middle? Is there going to be open world PvP zones? I think you can flag for open world PvP, but usually what I'll do is I'm going to be jumping into a battlegrounds at level 10 or something. So let's go find Oren Bancroft. Where are you at, Oren Bancroft? There you are. What? Oh, people fighting. Okay, that green portal thingy-majingy, that is actually how you instant travel in this game. Let me just sell a bunch of crap. Oh yeah, by the way, a healer, you'll see a bunch of NPC healers around the world. Whenever you die, there's no penalty except to your soul or whatever, so the more times you die, the more your vitality goes down, I think by 10%, so you go down to 90% from 100%, and then to like 80%. The more times that it goes down, I don't know. I don't know what the penalty is. So you usually come back to a healer, and then you'll click the man's soul, and then that's gonna mend it for, I don't know, gold or whatever. So you'll find healers all over.
I am always open for
Okay, so let's talk to Oren Bancroft first.
good to see you.
The return. Can it be? The Ascendant has returned. For 20 years we've waited the return of those who shattered the body of Regulus' avatar, ending the Methosian War. Now that you're here, we can begin righting the wrongs that have occurred since your disappearance. Alright, this is confusing me, as I said. You know, Defiance went back in time. I guess I don't know what timeline I as a Guardian am in, so I will figure that out. Long ago, Malforge was imprisoned by the races of Talara. Now it appears his servants have created a disturbance in the plains that allows them to communicate with their master. You must use this Spear of Light to put a stop to this ritual, lest they find a way to release their Dragon Lord. Oh, that's pretty deep. So throw the Spear of Light at the Spectre of Malforge, and I'm gonna get some cool. Oh, there we go. Ascended Power. So this quest is gonna give me the ability to open rift tears to summon rifts. So that's gonna be pretty good. I'm gonna do that. And over here you can pick up some crafting already, I think. You got Novice Miner. In terms of crafting professions, I don't think you can see all of them here. Stats, skills, currency. You got Notoriety. Notoriety is basically reputation as you would know them in other MMORPGs. So I can't really see what my crafting or whatever is right now. So I'm just gonna pick up a bunch of things. You know, you can pick up foraging if you want. Just go to bushes and pick up stuff. Miners are pretty self-explanatory for ore and stuff. And then butcher, again, self-explanatory. Every time you kill like an animal or whatever, once you've looted the corpse, and then you can right-click on it again and then butcher for skin and leather and whatever. So because my character is a warrior, I'm gonna go with miner. So I like to train. Novice, and that's gonna give me the ability to harvest ores and gems. Let's go ahead and do that. That's free. No, that's not free. That's 10 silver. And as a character, you can train a maximum of 3 skills. So in fact, you can just pick any of these 3 or all of them if you want to. That's done. So I now have a new ability to track ore, which is kind of common actually. That's like a Lord of the Rings. I mean, I play Lord of the Rings, and it does have like a track ore skill. Okay, now I'm getting fed up with with my bars not showing. So let me get my action bars out. Bottom bars, 3 please. Thank you very much. That's what I want. And let's put that here. So now I'm gonna hit the track ore skill thing here, and yep, it's tracking ore. So I will now be able to see all the ore on my mini map. Not on the main map though, on mini map only. And let me just refresh all my buffs. Alright, we're good to go. Let's pick up some quests. Sir Adrian Khan, Sanctuary Guard.
Good to see you.
Okay, more story quests, and I would do the story quests because I generally think they'll probably give you better rewards, more XP, and of course story, because I think it's fairly easy to see now that Rift has it's one of those games that's gonna dump a shit ton of story, context, and lore on the player. And if you don't like MMO story, and if you don't like reading quest decks, then you are fucked. I'm sorry, I have to say it, because there's not a lot of voice acting here. And I know there's a bunch of us that are kind of spoiled by games doing that, right? Giving us the fully voiced dialogues and everything. Rift is not going to be that game, at least in my experience. So it's got to be, it's a little old school in that regard. So I would suggest, especially if you want to get into the story, then doing the you know, these golden background questy things with the it says story. I guess doing these are the best windows into looking, you know, and what's happening in the game and everything. I mean, I don't know if you can skip these. I wouldn't recommend skipping them, especially if Rift has a very cohesive quest hub crawl that is going to involve you moving the main story quest along. Then I wouldn't suggest skipping them. But there will be a bunch of quests in each little hub that can be skippable, like the dailies. Over there, the guy Berthold Strawn, you'll see like a refresh sign on his head. That means it's a repeatable daily quest. Alright, let's pick this up. Story. We fight foes on 2 fronts. In one sense, this is folly, but in another, it is our destiny to overcome such odds. This is a lesson that we Ascended have learned since Mythosia, but that many normal folk do not yet understand. Take this ancient sigil to inspire our sentries against the demons of Mailforge. Remind them that there are guardians, that the guardians are Vigil's chosen saviors of Talara. Okay, so I'll have to go inspire guards. Let's go ahead and do this real quick because I want to show you guys what the Porticulum thing is. So this is basically like your milestone or your binding port, whatever. So you can bind yourself to a certain portal in any of the major towns, and then you can go quest or whatever, and then when you want to port back, you can click on the skill and it'll automatically take you there, and then it'll be like a 1 hour cooldown. So that's basically what this is. And done. I now have that skill. Now there's some story and some lore as to why they use the portcullis or whatever to travel around. So I'm gonna click bind my soul, and that's gonna 3 gold. You're shitting me. That's expensive. So binding my soul here is gonna cost 3 gold on whatever. So I am now bound to this portcullis, and whenever I want to, you know, auto travel whatever, I'll just click this guy, and then on the world you'll see there's various different areas that you can port to, but you have to discover them first, and that is how you instant travel from zone to zone.
Journey well.
Okay, what's next? Let's see what the repeatable quest is. The daily quest. Kill rift creatures in Silverwood. This is interesting. I think every little hub that you go to, because rifts happen all over the game's map, you see. So anytime you come across NPCs that gives you these daily quests, I would say pick them up, because these are great ways to gain reputation. And the reason for reputation, again, I want you, especially those that don't play Rift and you're wondering about the style of the game, it's classic in a way that reputation grinding is a big part of Rift. At least that's how I remembered it. There's going to be a bunch of different factions that you will encounter, and all these factions obviously will have NPC vendors or quartermasters, or, you know, people that sell loot or crafting materials or whatever that requires a certain amount of notoriety, aka reputation levels, in order to buy them. So doing the daily quests in the various different areas, even if something as simple as killing rift creatures or whatever, it's a good way to grind for rep. Other than that, doing dungeons and a whole bunch of other things are also good for rep. So Oh, I got a bunch of skulls here, and these are quests. What is this? Ghastly tinder. The red dragon's minions are bent on burning down this ancient forest. Quickly, stamp out the flames and tear down the pyres before the forest is consumed. Okay, is that an upgrade? That is, well, yeah, why not? I'm doing it more for the money now because I'm, you know, mounts. The end game, not end game, but later mounts are expensive as hell. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, there we go. I wonder if these guys have quests too. Yep, quest accepted. So Rift also has this auto bestow type of quests. So when you go on the world and if you see like a bunch of new mobs that you've never touched for the first time, you could get a new quest called Carnage. And Carnage is just an auto bestow, AoE auto bestow in your area. So this one is to kill 18 mobs. What the hell? Kill 10 destroyers, kill 10 embers. I mean, you don't have to do it, but again, carrot dangling. This is going to give you gold, it's going to give you XP, and then obviously the reputation / notoriety, so you do want to do it. But very early on, you know, the game, at least like on the Defiant side, when I was playing, I saw a lot of mechanics that tries to keep you in a zone for as long as possible. Whereas other MMOs, they're more focused on moving you along to move the story along or move something along to show you a new mechanic, to show you a new class, whatever. Ref doesn't exactly do that a lot, and when you tie that in that, you know, you won't get a mount if you don't buy the pack or whatever, and you're gonna be running around in the early stages, and that combat is kind of slow. Then yeah, you could be tied down to a certain zone for quite some time. Which is totally fine if you're enjoying it. Like for me, I do like trying to soak in the current situation, where I am, what I'm doing, who am I doing for, why I'm doing it, you know, that kind of thing. And so far, Rift, if you read the quest text, does a good job at explaining all these things to you. And if you don't like the story or quest or whatever, all these stuff you can just do really fast. Like, you don't even need to read anything, you just pick a bunch of them and do it. So that's pretty cool. It's not like other games where, you know, you can only pick up a certain amount of quests at any given time. You can just pick up a whole bunch of quests and just go knock them out and then just move on and on and on. And if I wasn't streaming tonight, if I wasn't checking in on chat, if I wasn't talking so damn much, I would probably be level 15 by now. That's a fact. Because I timed myself when I was playing on my Defiant character on Friday. Okay. I need like 5 more destroyers, and they're all here. Formal. And those things, all these like burlap cloth, if you're a new player, or if you're going to be jumping into Prime, not even Prime, if you're just going to be jumping to Rift because the Rift live servers are free, right? All these little burlap cloths and everything, they're crafting materials, so I suggest keep them in your bags for a while until you get to one of the early hubs where you can start crafting. And if you, like on my rogue, because he's kind of like medium armor or cloth armor, I picked the outfitter profession. And the thing about outfitters is they craft bags, and you can already tell that bags are going to play an important role in terms of having big inventory slots or whatever. So I want to craft my own bag, so I went with outfitter. But of course, you can also check the auction house in your main factions hub just to see if anybody's selling them. And I haven't really looked at the Prime server auction house yet to determine if the prices are okay. And the problem is, I don't even know what quantifies an item being okay at a certain price, because I've never played Rift on the live servers, at least, before. Or far enough, I should say. Alright, 1-ton destroyers. Okay, so I kind of pulled 2 here. And my rogue would not be able to take on more than 1 mob. So I'm hoping that my warrior here can survive. Oh, I got kind of worried there because I'm down to half health. this soul tree or this purpose is supposed to be an AoE line for this warrior, but if I can only take 2 mobs at a time, then yeah, this is gonna be pretty slow. Okay, what's next? Inspire a guard, since we're right here. Let's do that before we move on. And I'm gonna inspire the sentries by showing them the sigil of inspiration. Hey, get inspired. Wow, that would freak me out rather than inspire me. Hey, cheer up. The vigil guides my hand. No minute of Melford should escape my justice. Cause you feel that way. Hey, a donut. Here you go. The vigil guides my hand. Same dialogue. Nothing fancy. 2 more here. Hey, chin up, bro. Chin up. The gods are on my side. Aw, I have to use it on this guy. Alright, let's go find another guard. Hey, guardy. That one running there? No, I'm out of the guard zone. There's one down here. Hey, bro. Your wife is pregnant. That should cheer him up. Alrighty. What's next? Got one over here. That red simply means carnage, I guess. Is that what I'm looking for? Yes, that is what I'm looking for. Okay, new quest. What is this? Out of the Hands of Evil. This was once a reliquary of Mariel Town, but it has been corrupted by wanton magic. The fires of Maelforge threaten to destroy all the holy relics in Sanguine Shores. Recover them before it's too late. Okay, sure thing. That's gonna give me one-hander or a shield. I mean, I don't think I can use shield. I mean, I can later on if I change my whatever. But I'm not gonna be a tanky type person, so... Oh, tin! So that's what... Okay, cool. So on my minimap, it shows me now that there's a tin load over here. That's just my ore tracking. There we go. And the cool thing, at least for me, I appreciate about Rift is I don't have to carry craft harvesting tools with me, because that is a pain in the ass. I like being lazy in that regard, so I don't have to worry about, you know, carrying a bunch of tools with me. And, oh, here we go. Tin ore and fieldstone. Nice. I'll take that. And in my chat, it says you have now a skill of 2 in mining. So it's one of those games that I suppose the more you go out and butcher something, or skin something, or forage in the bushes, or gather ore, or whatever, that's how you're going to increase that. As for where that appears, I should see it somewhere. Where? K? No. L? No. P? Nope. Crafting, there we go. So now it shows me, there you go. So novice 2 out of 75. So you got to go out in the world and do more of mining or whatever to increase that. And the more you hit, so after novice could be, I don't know, journeyman or something. I haven't got that far. And then you can go back to like all these people and then just look for new recipes, or especially if you're crafting. Crafting kind of works that way. So you start as a novice crafter, and the higher that goes, you can go back to the NPCs and look for recipes to buy and learn, and you know, that kind of thing. So for now, I only got 1 recipe, and that's basically tin bar. And yeah, I've also got fishing, which is actually pretty fun. I've tried fishing on my other character. And then there's survival. This is basically cooking food, and from fishing itself, you can catch some minnows or whatever. And dough, I don't know where to get dough. From the store, apparently. You can just buy... Whoa! You can buy crafting stuff from the store? It just opened up the Rift store. And these are crafting materials that they sell for silver. Oh, that's pretty neat. So it's like you can buy your crafting mats remotely without having to visit town. That's interesting. Cool. I mean, I expected to see like store currency, like credits or whatever, but it's actually in-game currency. Alright, cool. That's pretty neat. So once you have your materials, you can craft food, and this one does, what is this? Restores 1,000 health and 980 mana over 10 seconds. So food is pretty important here. if you're struggling, then you know having food or whatever is of course a good way to buff yourself up. All right, checking in on chat while I kill this guy. I think my muscle memory is pretty good to remember what my keybinds are. All right, checking on chat. Scrolling up, scrolling up. Clea says, try on smart idea for April Fools is putting fall damage back. You jump down, you'll die from falling damage. Normally you don't. Is that a real April Fool's joke? Because that is just too practical. I don't think a lot of people will be happy with that. I mean, but to be fair, fall damage should be logical, right? I think MMORPGs that do have fall damage, you're just being a bit realistic. Unless it's a game like Secret Role Legends where you know your character is superhuman and can't die, then that makes sense that, you know, when you fall down you don't take damage. But in a game like this, Ascended or chosen by the gods or not, if you fall down you're gonna break a leg. I expect that to happen for realism, but I don't know if they've actually taken that out of the live game. So if they have taken that out, then players have been used to that not being in there, so when they reintroduce something like that, that could be a pain in the ass, especially I'm thinking right now for PvP, because if there's no fall damage, then you can chase somebody off a cliff on PvP and they'll be fine. But if there is fall damage now introduced, I think that'll be a pretty shit move, really, for PvPers, right? I don't know. That's just where I'm thinking, if that's what's happening. Alrighty, where are we? Rico says, I'd like the game to tell me I'm a great buggerer on a quest to bugger things. Well, when you put it that way, it kind of reminds me of like the Star Wars, the bounty hunter story. So that's exactly what that is, right? Well, since you're here, Rico, hey, what do you think about the 6? Have you seen the news about the 6.0 expansion for Star Wars: The Old Republic? About the expansion bringing the story of the Republic versus the Empire back? What do you think about that, man? Or for anybody that plays Star Wars: The Old Republic, for that fact, I think that's a pretty huge piece of news. That is, I don't know what BioWare is trying to do, because I'm not even sure if it's like a full expansion, because I haven't really kept up with Star Wars: The Old Republic news. But if it is a full expansion, if it's a brand new planet where you can go and do side quests, story quests, exploration quests, and a little bit of class quests, maybe, because if they are bringing back the Republic and the Empire storyline, or sorry, is it Imperial? No, I'm getting my names mixed up. But basically the dark versus light, you know, storyline, then that'll be great. All right, so here I'm gonna throw my spear here. Oh, I see. Okay, nothing happened. Let's try that again. Let me click on it first. Oh, shit. It wasn't even the thing I was looking for. It's a Relic of Tavril. So let me just turn that in. Carnage, by cleansing the woods of the Mailforge embers and one of the destroyers, you have done the Vigil proud. Yet a Guardian's job is never done. Yay. Okay, throw the spear at the Spectre of Mailforge. Oh, that's further down. God damn it. Oh no, that's not it. Oh, I actually don't know where that is. Let me set this as the active quest, and oh, it's on. Oh, I see. It's deeper in here. Okay, copy that. And now, if you look at my map over there, oh hell, really? I'm in trouble. I kind of pulled 2. Oh, they're level 7 too. This is gonna go great. Do I have potions? I do. Is that my AoE skill? No. Yeah, I'm gonna stock up on potions, because, you know, unlike other classes that have pets, I don't have a pet to do any tanking for me. So I'm gonna have to be self-sufficient, and I gotta stock up on potions here. Wow, we have a tank over there that's just Bobby-licious. Here, let me help him out. So I'm just gonna spam my AoE skills. Wow, they do shit damage, man. My AoE skills are like 24, 23 a hit. Oh, hang in there, Bobby. Hang in there. He probably doesn't need my help. I don't think. But he's got self-heals. Son of a gun. That's like a paladin type class. That's a cleric. Cleric can do that? Okay, I'm gonna reroll. I'm gonna reroll to a cleric. Shit, that was so cool. I thought a cleric just sounded like a range class. But to see like sword and boarding like that is actually freaking cool. Shit. Okay, I'm probably gonna roll another ult. Actually, I can't. What I've noticed is that Rift Prime only lets you play 2 alts. So I'm kind of stuck with my choice here. Right, let's throw the spear. Hey, wait a minute. The quest is done. I don't have this quest anymore. So I guess the guy did it for me? I think he did. Oh well, let's move on here. There's a couple of relics I need to pick up. Anyway, I was saying that is what a minor rift terror looks like. That's when you know that there's going to be a rift on the map. So you as a player, you can go there and then use your skill to spawn the rift and then take it down. So there's going to be an introduction tutorial quest or whatever that's going to teach players how to do that. So I'm just moving that along to that point. Let's go ahead and pick up this relic here. Okay, the last relic is way up north, and he's got a mount. So he's bought the Progenitor pack. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
You've targeted a friendly.
But yeah, there is a premium package that you can buy on the Tryon site that's going to give you a mount right at the start. So at level whatever, 5 or 1 or whatever, you can start using a mount, which is cool if you don't want to run around on foot, which is what I'm going to be doing a lot. Up the hill we go. Oh, uh-oh. Tin? Is that tin? Yeah, that's tin. Let's go ahead and just grab that real quick. Okay, just checking in chat real quick. Rico says, I like the game. Oh, I read that already. Claire says, you can craft some dice. I think you can purchase others, which is good. The apothecary makes some dice. That's good to hear. Patrick says, this happened to WoW veterans, and we all want to be random strangers, which we once were when we entered Azeroth. Rico says, you're Adrians of the Galaxy. CG March says, this game looks so old. I did enjoy playing it back in the day. PvP games were fun. Yeah, hey, you're right. I mean, there are parts of this game that are just... You could tell that it's dated, especially, I think now it's fair to say, now that I've been doing this for how many hours now? For 2 hours, the combat is definitely, you can tell that it belongs in 2011 in terms of the pacing and everything, as I've said. I mean, just the animations, the fact that you're like trading attacks back and forth, and there's a, there's a sense of classic feel to the combat. It doesn't really have the weight, because there's no animations, there's no flashy, it's not as flashy as you probably would have expected from your games or whatever, but that's just the way that it is, and that's what I feel contributes to it feeling old. Whether or not it's something that they can improve, or whether or not it's something the player base wants, because that's pretty important. And having said that, people are going to come back at me saying, player base? What player base? I don't know. I mean, I haven't, like I said, I haven't logged into the live server, so I don't actually know what the active player base for the free-to-play Rift is. But I know for Prime, a lot of the older players that are, nostalgic have come back, which is one of the reasons why I want to jump in and see what that looks like at the height of the game, especially at Prime's cap, where, everybody's playing it. Okay, we got some notes here. You find a book scattered among the stones around this abandoned campsite. The name Nathan Crean is written in the front of this abandoned book. Perhaps he is its missing owner. Okay, I will do that. Am I done? Yes, I'm done. I can go back and turn it all in. Catch me if you can, sucker. Yeah, I'm not gonna stand fight. These guys are level 7. I'm level 7 actually. I can handle them, but hey. Well, for me, like on my other character, my rogue, I think I said early in the stream, you know, one of my biggest things is like, oh, at least for the rogue that I was playing, I can only take one mob at a time, and that frustrates the hell out of me, you know. I want, I know other classes can do it, especially with pets and everything, where you can take multiple mobs on and fight, but Rift early levels, if you pull more than 3 or 4, you're in trouble, unless you know what you're doing with the class, like, you know, it's the self-healing class or whatever. Like this guy is a cleric, but he's got self-heals and he's got a shield and everything, so, you know, I guess just experiment and find a class that is suitable for you. Like for me, when I think of I'm gonna play an all-out DPS class or whatever, I don't think that's viable if you want to AoE things down, because you're going to be taking a lot of damage. And oh well, here's Nathan Green, the guy whose notes belong to. You found my journal. Thank the gods. I was on the shore. Nothing. Notating my thoughts. That's a great word. Notating. I'm going to use that more often now. Notating my thoughts on great spiritual matters when those creatures spilled through a fire rift. I barely escaped, losing my notebook in the chase. Thank you for returning it. You are welcome. Just give me that XP and I'll be on my way. Alright, let's turn this one and get the ascendant thing. Okay, Ghastly Thunder. You have weakened Malforged minions, but there is more to do. It is our duty as guardians to prevent this holy place from becoming defiled by servants of the Bloodstorm. As the Prophet Muhammad said, before the storm, prepare. After the storm, prepare. I'm trying to see if that makes sense or not. I guess it makes sense. Gonna pick that up. Divine Inspiration. The courageous shouts of our soldiers were wonderful to hear. Thank you for inspiring them with your blessing. To win the war against Malforge and the Defiance, we must win the hearts and minds of guardians of all ranks. We cannot win alone. I agree. Bless you. We will transport these relics to Sanctum as soon as an opportunity presents itself. Know that your actions have honored the vigil. Okay, cool. So shield or no shield? Let's go with a shield. Why the hell not?
We will find victory.
So that is now done. I think I've cleared all the quests in this area. Somebody has summoned the rift, and there's 2 guardians over there. But that's up there. I guess that's later on. Oh, there's one more quest here. Ooh, Spirit of Carwyn. So he's dead. Got a Force Ghost, y'all. Force Ghost in the house.
Our destiny is laid out by the gods.
I have not seen your face since the war in Mythosia. Though I die, the vigil is not done with me yet. I bring a warning and a gift. You have seen the enemy, a dragon of fire so cruel its only desire to see Talara burn. But there are 5 other dragons breaching the ward with planar rifts, and you must stop them, Ascendant. The gods bestow upon you the planar lure. Use the planar lure to breach the planetaires and seal the rifts on your own terms. Now, I know that's all a bunch of garbage, dribble, blah blah blah. Basically, as a player, if you haven't played Rift, he's giving you a power to, like I said earlier, you know, when you see a tear on the map, you just go there, use a skill, and that opens up the rift, and then the fun starts, essentially. Let's see if I can get that done tonight. I am gonna try picking a hatchet of some sort. Damn it. It's all two-handed. Oh well, dexterity, yeah, let's go with that. Okay, new quest, carrying the light. Thanks to you, Divine Landing will hold fast. However, Malforged goblin hordes are descending from the north. The goblins will raise the town of Argent Glade if you don't intervene. Why are all these names reminding me of Warcraft? Oh, what's the Argent thing in Warcraft? Argent Dawn? Argent Crusade? I don't know, but you know, I've got so many names that are kind of embedded in my head from other games. Okay, let's do this. That's going to give me a belt, and I believe that's going to be my first belt. I'm just going to try something real quick. Now that I have a sword and board, let's go ahead and equip the sword. And let's see if I can equip a one-handed hatchet. I can, so now I am sword and boarding. But that means I won't be able to use that skill? I don't know. Let's go test it out, shall we? Because I'm not sure if like certain souls or certain purposes are tied to certain weapons. I don't think it's weapon restricted like that. Let's just go and test on like one of these lobbies. Oh, it's not. So I can actually sword and board for better survivability if that's my thing. And it seems like weapon attack speeds are faster too if you use a single-hander or if you dual wield. So I have now something to compare my two-handed to, so it's always good to experiment that way. I think I'll stick with this for a while. Where am I going? Oh yeah, let me just get the planar lure. That's given me the skill to open up a rift. Now, the problem is I gotta look around for rifts. I mean, this is only like the starter zone, so it's not gonna be popping out here, but as soon as you get further on, you will definitely start to see it. Okay, while I move on to the next town, let's check. Oh, rift, baby. Right there, right there. Run, dude, run. Sterling Hills. We have a rogue over here just chilling out. Peppa. Can I make it in time? I'm coming! So that's what a rift open looks like, and you can see like a bunch of players there doing stuff. Oh, wow. Wait for me! Wait for me! Alright, join public group, and now I am in a raid. And we're currently in stage 4. Defeat Gredlow is what we're doing. So I'm just gonna stick around other people. Oh! Really? They sealed the rift, and I just got here. Damn it. Oh well. You know what? I'll tell you what. This is the starter area. It's good to see other players at the low level areas, you know, doing rifts and stuff like that. I mean, you're wondering about population in low level areas. This is a good sign. This is a good sign. And I missed it. God damn it. It was a good chance to show you guys what like a raid sized rift looks like. Oh. I'm getting loot rolls. I better leave the public group. I mean, you can join the public group whenever a rift pops up or whatever. But this is one, at least from my memory, you know, when I was leveling with my old friends or whatever. Doing the rifts were really, really fun. Because they're a great way to, you know, just get the currency that you need. I forgot what it was called. Planar dust? No. Planar rights. That's what you need. When you finish or when you complete rifts, you get all this rift currency that you can go and barter for decent leveling gear, and that's just one way to get decent gear. The other way is to queue for dungeons, which I believe opens up at level 15 or something, and then there's PvP obviously for gear, and that opens up at like level 10. So plenty of different ways to get different gear. And the rifts, as I said, they are cool, but they can be repetitive, especially if you're questing in the same zone for a long time. If you're stuck in a zone for about 2 or 3 hours doing all the quests, and then you come across the same types of rifts, yeah, it can be pretty boring. Repetitive, sorry, not boring. That was weird. My mouse just took control there, and they seem to turn. Alright, let's turn this in. Rudy Tenlop.
Great son, an ascended.
Well, imagine this. An Ascended is here to help us defend the forest. You have the truth of it. Though you thwarted the wanton hordes in Divine Lending, they've now turned their fury gaze towards the rest of the forest. So give me that belt, and I'll be on my way. Okay, new story quest. Singed Hives. The wanton cult's infiltration of the Sterling Hills is alarming. Malforged goblin hordes skulk through the forest, setting Vespid hives alight to spread their fire magic. To halt this corruption, destroy the hives and bring me the hive walls as proof of your deed. Jeez, I'm Ascended, man. Treat me with some respect. Oh, looks like I can use short bows as a warrior. And I can use rifles as a warrior too. Yeah, I do like the diverse range of weapons that the different classes can use. Some classes will share similar type weapons, some obviously not. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm using a combination of a bow and arrow and my rifle on my rogue character, which is fun. I like pew-pewing from afar in PvP, because all I ever seem to come across in PvP are battle clerics for some reason. They're pretty popular. Alright, more quests. A Taran to Lara. This sounds like a rift quest. As a guardian, it is your duty to defeat the rifts that plague our holy forest. When you close a rift or defeat an invasion, You will often find planarite. That was what I was talking about, the currency. That can be traded in for planar goods. If you bring some to OtterTheAuthor in Argent Glade, we'll certainly reward you. Okay, cool. No, I just have to wait around for a rift to happen because it takes a while. Blessing of the Vigil. Yet another blessed bestowed upon the Ascended by the Vigil is the ability to gain planar charge. Each time you close a rift, you receive a planar charge. Ascended powers consume these charges. So basically, every time you close a rift, you will see... Okay, I'm not sure if you can see my my portrait here, but right beside my portrait there's a number. And that number shows me how many planar charges you have, you know, out of 3. Every time you close a rift, you will get a charge. And some of your Ascended skills, now I'm going to hit the P button here. So under Ascended powers, you have a bunch of different Ascended skills that's going to take Ascended charges. So Fury of the Ascended, this one gives you extra damage against Colossi or whatever. And then you got these ones which you can upgrade units, which are basically NPCs. I mean, there's going to be some rifts that are all about kind of like defending a certain checkpoint or whatever based on memory. You have a break free skill, and you also have Ascended Resurrection, so you can bring back a fallen ally or whatever. So yeah, a bunch of cool skills here. And they all... Oh, there we go. Rifty, rifty, rifty. I'm on my way. That one hasn't been opened yet, so I'm going to show you guys what it looks like to open a rift. Yippee-ki-yay! So I'm now in range. I'm going to hit this button here, the Plana Lure. And here comes the rift. Join a public group, just in case there's anyone nearby. And here we go. Stage 1, kill Flame Rippers and Wanton Handlers. So these are Flame Rippers. Oh, I think I pulled everybody. Great. Oh, I forgot to buy potions. Yay. Help me! Somebody! Oh, wow. Something spawned here, too. I'm not gonna make it. Okay, I do need some, like, self-heals or something. What's left? The Wanton Handler, okay. The person, this other player took the aggro, so that's nice. And they are level 8 Cleric. Wow, lots of clerics running around. Okay, what's next? Did I just get a heal from her? Yeah, Fairy Healer's Fairy Favor. So she's got a healing bet. Son of a bitch. Alright, I'm gonna roll a Cleric. That seems like the better class. Okay, Flame Lords. Let's do it. Let's get the Flame Lords. Handler. I need 4 handlers. And some of these stages, they do have time limit. So you have to kill like the objective of the certain rift stage within like a minute or 2 minutes. And of course, you know, when you come across the bigger ones, the bigger rifts where there's a lot of enemies spawning or whatever, and sometimes you can do it solo up to a while, but then when the time-based bonus objectives, you know, when they pop, it's gonna be hard to do that on your own. Okay, that's what I was talking about. This is a bonus stage, I think. I've got 1 minute and 20 seconds to kill the Wanton Flamecaller. So if I was doing this solo, I may have trouble, but since, you know, I'm in an open group or whatever, it's good news. Stage complete. There's another one. This is 2 minutes time limit, and it is okay, there's a lot. I don't think we can do this. It's about 12 mobs that we need to kill, and I have, for some reason, pulled an aggro at about 6 of them. Oh boy. I've got botting. Oh, more players have arrived. Hallelujah. I'm dead. Alright, so what happens when you die? You see that my current soul vitality is down to 90%. If I hit 0, then, you know, boo-hoo. You can either respawn back in town or whatever, or you can soul walk. And soul walk simply means that, you know, I can be invisible or whatever, get to a safe spot, and then it's gonna spawn me again. And there isn't a penalty, I think, at 90%. I don't think so. but it's always good to go back to the healer in town and then just heal yourself. Alright, lady says that losing vitality is basically the penalty. I don't even know if that means endurance or not. Oh, is this the boss? Beast of Flame? Yeah, it looks like it. Kill the Beast of Flame. We are at tier 6 now. And the rift is sealed, and that's what rifts are. You know, this is the name of the game, essentially. This type of content, open world, landscape, dynamic kind of events. And yeah, it kind of forces people together to play, whether in a party or not. That's your choice. But what are the rewards for it? Whenever you close a rift, after all the stages and stuff is done, you'll see like a little loot icon. You click on that, and it's gonna give you the loot. So here you go, Planarite. This is the currency that you need. You can hold up to, what is that, 200,000 at any given time. And I'll show, I guess there's gonna be an NPC where you can trade that in. This is needing flame. These are just like consumables that you can use, so I'm gonna take that. And this is the bonus quest, obviously. And that is it. Any more rifts? I think I need to close like a second rift or something. I could be wrong. Let me just check my quest log. Close rift and clean planet strategy. I did that already. Rift until Aurora. Did that as well. Okay. And yeah, I've completed my rift quests. So that's cool. What do I need here? Collect Scorch Hive Walls. Let's go do that. Alright, check it in chat. We got Shagrath. Hello, Shagrath. Oh gosh, Shagrath. Did you name yourself after the ESO NPC, Shagrath? Because that's the first thing that came to my mind. Shagrath. Shagrath says, greetings from Croatia. 4:35 p.m. here. Greetings, man. It's about, well, it's close to midnight here. Wow, I am just getting my ass kicked. Level 8, hallelujah. Yeah, I kind of feel really lost without like self heals and everything. I like my buffs don't do shit. I'm gonna do this reduce damage. I think I already got that going on for me. And increase damage done. Let's go back to the two-hander and see if I can outburn this mouse before they even get close to taking me down half health. Obviously, this could also be a result of me letting the game pick stuff for me. You know. So be careful if you want to, you know, build just a basic cookie cutter class. You can do, but at the same time, you don't know exactly what you're giving up. You know, more survivability or more DPS or whatever. So the soul system is a great place, especially when it comes to rift classes, to lose yourself in and to try and figure out the best build for you. And I'll probably do that during the week. Because the recommended build or whatever just is not doing it for me. It's just shit. Could be down to gear too. Like I know I'm only in starter gear and I still haven't got my jewelry or whatever. And if you do have alts or whatever, you know, you can already start crafting and then mailing it to your new character or whatever to, I guess, level faster, essentially. Ah, Vespid Hive, just what I need. Wow, how many... Where did these guys come from? Wow. They really want me to die in stream tonight, don't they? I don't have an AoE consumable skill though. I think all of these are like single target. I'm gonna die. I'm out of here. What the f... I can't do that while moving? Well, great. It's one of these stupid drinks that restores things over time. Bullshit. I guess I'll take down the small guy first. Wow, all three? Son of a bitch. Okay. These guys are level 7. I shouldn't really have problems taking them down, but I seem to be struggling. Take that, you piece of shit. Okay, that felt good. That felt better. What's next? I still need one more darter and 3 hive wards. I have no idea what a hive ward is. Hive wards, what do you look like? I'll just run around and find out. Hive walls. Okay, I know what the hive wall is. That's basically it. Let's see what comes to me when I attack it. Okay, drones come out when I start hitting that. So I guess it's a matter of me not doing too much damage too fast to the wall. So I'll just hit it until something spawns, and oh. Okay, I guess I got too close to the flame minion here. Flame minion? That kind of read like a filet mignon. Okay, that should be a sign that something else has spawned. I don't see anything flying at me, so I'm gonna carry on. Oh, there we go. Hello. That's so stupid though. Like, I'm looking at some of my skills. Like, there are a couple here from the different souls that do the exact same thing. So they're just kind of wasting spots on my bar right now. So I'm going to have to look at a proper rotation moving forward. And is that a hive ward? That is a hive ward. 648 health. Whatever. Bring it. I'm hoping this warrior soul thing that I have has like bleeds or render armor, which will help my cause a great deal since I don't have self heals. That's one hive ward. 2 more to go. At least I know what they look like. Oh, there we go. That's one over there. But he's got company. Gosh. I'm gonna try anyway. Okay, I kind of pulled 2. Let's take down the smaller guy first. Not gonna make it. No, I'm taking way too much damage. Yike. Run. Oh, actually, that is a bleed. I put a bleed on that guy. So this deals 80 internal physical damage up to 6 enemies, bleeds 65 health over 15 seconds. This ability grants 1 attack point. So it's an AoE bleed, which just doesn't help at all. Let me take down the darter first then. Now that the high ward's away. Yeah, I didn't think that, you know, I'd be spending this amount of time in a level 8 zone, but that's Rift for you. And I don't know if the leveling is slow because it is it's the Prime server. If the leveling or the XP gains has been consciously reduced as compared to live servers. I don't know if anybody's playing this and you can confirm that that is exactly what's happening. Feel free to let me know. One more to go. Oh, damn it. Okay, I'll kill this one first then. I guess this is like the personal bodyguard for the hive ward. Oop. Okay. Just got a missed call from somebody who I haven't heard in a long time. That's interesting. Real life. Just make sure the number is yeah, that's interesting. What do you guys do when somebody that you haven't heard from like years gives you a missed call? Is that a drunk dial or oh, what? Did I just pick up a new quest? What did I just pick up? No, that's endurance. Oh, I completed the quest. Okay, excellent work, Ascendant. Guardian travelers will be much safer with fewer Vespas inhabiting this part of the forest. Yeah, good, because I don't... This place sucks. I ain't coming back here anymore. Scorched hive walls. I need to kill one more hive wall. Alright, let's do this. Oh. Did I get a drone? I did get a drone. Okay, back to the hive. That strategy is pretty fine. Just hit it until you see something spawn, then stop, or you're gonna spawn a lot more than you can handle. Oh, there you go. Okay, let's burn this down. And done. Alright, let's go back. Ooh, another rift. Oh gosh, can I make it in time? I have a run buff here. Roar! It's right there. Let's see if I can make it. Join public group. There's a couple of people here. Stage 4. Seeds. Okay. Oh. Well then. Kill the green garden fairy. This one, or I'll... Somebody's pet has got the aggro. Rift Seal. Okay, I got here in time, even though I only managed to do like one. Oh, I gotta roll for that. Well, that kind of sucks. Oh, level 10 mob. I'm in the wrong... I think I got too far. But there's something else that's blinking on the top of my map here. And these are not rifts. These are just life invasions. So this is another form of organic, dynamic landscape type event where a bunch of enemies will be moving towards... You can see exactly where they want to go to. They're moving towards a certain town or whatever. But if you intercept them, and if you kill them, then there's some rewards for you to gain as well. Oh, Flame Weaver Totem. That's a quest. So, yeah, you can pick up quest items as well. They're dead, so... I have to head back there. Wow! There's like so many bunch of people. Oh, these are healers. I see. Okay, I think I've got one more quest to turn in way back there, and that is the Scorched Hive Wall, so I gotta run all the way back. In the meantime, check it in on chat. Wiga says, LOL, I tried to play a Rift a few years back and got bored fast because too much reading. I feel you. I mean, it's even games that don't have too many voiceovers or whatever, but when it comes to like full-on quest reading, so far from what I've seen, Rifts does drop a lot of story on you in the form of quest text, and you know, depending on the type of player you are, that could either be a huge turn on because it's a real nod back to how games used to be, or it could be a real turn off because, you know, I can't speak for everybody, but you know, there are people that like to hear the voices of the personalities or the characters talking to you in a way that immerses you, right? But unfortunately, Rift isn't that sort of game, but that's what I'm here for. I'll read those texts out for you.
Good to see you.
Alright, I'm no scholar, but you'd have to be blind not to recognize the taint of fire magic bursting from these hive walls. The goblins are up to their old tricks again, and will all be reduced to cinder if the fire magic spreads throughout the Silverwood. No shit, Sherlock, it's wood after all. Strength, I'll go with strength. Ooh, what was that? Wardrobe, range weapon 1, and these are achievements, of course, so you can get achievements. I just don't know if there's like, you know, if there's anything good ever comes from getting a lot of achievement points or anything like that. I'll find out. Hey, I've got 4 weeks to do this, so I'm gonna be here every weekend. Seek out the Argent Glade. We must inform the Guardian leadership of the Goblin threat at once. Colton Fettle stands watch over the southern border of Argent Glade. He's the right-hand man of the Brogan Groat. Who names these things? The leader of the Argent Glade. Colton will know what to do. Okay, I'll go find your Colton.
Thank you for your assistance.
You're welcome. Okay, so the healer is what I need to go and talk to now, because that's an interesting looking quest. It's just like a big gold bar, soul mending.
Hello.
You look one, whatever that means. Is your soul in need of healing? Depending if you're playing a Rift on a rough day or not, you know, this could really mean something. Is your soul in need of healing? Yeah, give me a good plate of food, and that is like, you know, soul food. I'll heal up. So mend the soul. You can see on my portrait here, there's like a skull there, just to show you that my soul vitality is at 90%. So I can just hit OK, and for a sum of money, I'll, you know, go back up to 100%. So hey, and that is a quest. Ooh, looky here. I got a bunch of stuff from that last rift that I closed. So there's Planarite, Mending Seed, nice, and a Shambler Swagger, and this is a Essence. Alright, so Essence is something that I haven't talked about yet, but Essences are little orbs or whatever that you can slot into your character sheet. There's this big thing here called a Planar Focus, and a Planar Focus simply unlocks all these different Essence slots. So the better focuses at endgame or whatever can give you a whole bunch of the smaller ones are minor essences, I think, or lesser essences, and then you got the big one here, which is greater. So once I have one, then I can slot in things like these little guys that will give me extra stats, you know, strength or whatever, depending on your class. And you can get those from drops, or you can get those from trading in planar rides or the various different NPCs, and you know, yada yada. So, oh look, I can buy a bag now. I can buy an 8-slot bag, but that's like 60 gold, and I don't have that sort of money, so I can't. Let me just sell junk. Very cool feature here, sell gray items. Any MMORPG that don't have the sell junk button should rot in hell, because I think that is a super convenient feature that I think, you know, if a game doesn't have it. And auto bag sort too. These things are super important, at least for me. If it doesn't have that, I usually frown. It's like, oh man, really? Okay, let's auto sort that. And I need potions, man. Like, from what I've seen so far, I think my class is the wrong choice. I thought the warrior would have the archetype that I want to play. I guess that's the cleric for some reason. All right, let's move on to the next. Ooh, rift. Should we go close that? Okay, you know what? Let's just do one more rift, because I want to get my planar charges up to number 3, and also stock up on planarites so that whenever I hit another town, I can buy stuff. I'm not sure if anybody has summoned that yet. No, it's fresh, so it's mine. All right, here we go. One more rift. Kill wandering flames and lava imps. Well, great. They're all clustered together there. There's no way for me to separate them. 346 health. 6. Oh, I'm gonna die again. I don't trust myself. Oh, look. Back up. The cavalry has arrived. Alright, you go and tank. I'll come in. Ooh, well, this fairy pet has pulled all the aggro because the pet's kind of healing right now. Oh, these flames are so tiny, I can't even see them. I gotta zoom all the way in. Okay, that leaves the lava imp. Alright, stage 2, bring it on. It's almost identical. 4 lava imps and 2 lava lords. That's what I mean by, you know, the diversity can sometimes let you down. Oh, we have a third player. Ginger Slaughters. That's a really cool name. Ginger Slaughters. doing these rifts are good XP too. Like, these guys are all level 9. The monsters, that is. So if you're out and about and you see a bunch of rifts opening up, just go join them, you know, and get some extra XP. That's always helpful. Okay, bonus. Kill the flame emissary in 1 minute and 20 seconds. I think we can burn him down, no problem. I am missing my attacks though, because I am 1 level below. I don't exactly have all my gear. Dead. Another bonus, 2 minutes to kill 12 mobs. Here we go. What do we got? Let's get the small fries. Losing health for some reason. Oh, okay, great. Somebody just pulled a crap ton of mobs and I am about to die. Holy hell, where did that bunch of mobs come from? Well, I can't soul walk because soul walking only happens once every hour. So that means I've got no choice but to respawn. Boo-hoo. Where did that take me? So I've never gotten to this stage of dying because I've always been able to soul walk. So does that mean it's like a Warcraft where I can go back to my corpse? I do have a speed boost though. Oh, resurrect. Sweet. Oh, that was a shit place to resurrect, but here's a lava imp. 42 seconds. Can we do this? I don't know. I think we're running out of time. Yeah, that was a hard one. Like a whole bunch of lava buggers just came out of nowhere. Okay, here we go. I mean, 20 seconds. I don't think we can do it, but we'll try anyway. 18 seconds. 10 seconds to kill 5 mobs. Nah, I don't think so. And you can hear like the background drums counting down. Like we're not gonna get the extra planarites or whatever. I mean, we can try. Yeah, we didn't get it. So now there's no timer, so we kind of missed out on the bonus there. I mean, it's not a big deal if you miss out. It's just that you would have been, you know, rewarded with better stuff if you managed to get it done. But I do have my planar charge, and my reward for that is planarites and ethereal planar dust, and those are just crafting mats and whatever. Okay, onwards we go now. And I'm gonna take the road. I've had enough of dying tonight. Okay, check it in chat. ggmyster says, are there dungeon finder in this version, Adrian? Yes, dungeon finder. I mean, you can join the queues or the activities at you got War Friends. War Friends, those are PvP, and then you got the looking for group. So there is an LFG here. It's not exactly a dungeon finder, but you know, you can queue for specific dungeons and everything, and these are all the dungeons so far that's been added into Rift Prime. So it looks like the max cap is 50, and these are just expert dungeons like Iron Tomb. You can do that as early as 17, so you'll be redoing some of the early dungeons but on the expert mode. I don't see any raids, correct me if I'm wrong, for those of you that are playing Rift Prime. I don't see any raids yet, but yeah, there is a LFG dungeon finder, and I've used it a couple of times in my other character, and it on prime time it pops pretty decent. And here's another thing I want to show you guys, and that's guilds. Rift has a interesting guild system. You can create a guild or you can search for guilds. So like, let's say for right now, I am in Southeast Asia, so the logical thing for me to do is look for an Oceanic guild. So I can just type in Oceanic, hit enter, and you know, it just shows you a bunch of guilds that have your keywords in there. So Reverence Oceanic is one of the largest guilds that I've encountered so far. And if I want to join them, I can just click message, and I think I'll message a guild leader or something like that. I don't know. And that's one. Other than that, you can just search by role-playing, hardcore, or you can just, you know, guilds when they advertise, they can say what roles they need, and you just filter whatever. But if you don't want to do all... The hell is that? The air grows warm. It's like an air horn. I guess we have an invasion of something coming soon, and that's how you tell that shit's about to go down. Because, you know, these rifts are not the top of the line landscape content. There's a bigger meta type thing. I'm not sure how many of you guys play Guild Wars 2, but think of, you know, Heart of Thorns. You got the big meta, the day and night map cycle, and then the various different events of the landscape that leads up to the big boss fight. Yeah, Rift has that as well, but it's a more sophisticated version because there's lots of traveling involved and stuff like that, and you're working with multiple raid groups across the landscape, so it's pretty large scale in that regard. So before that interrupted me, as I was saying, if you don't want to go through the hassle of joining a specific guild or whatever, the cool thing I've noticed in Rift Prime is there's something called the starter guild. So on both factions, when you just get out of the tutorial, you can instantly join a starter guild. So I'm going to click that right now. Boom. Would you like to join the starter guild? So I am now in the Guardians of Vigil, and Vigil is the name of the Prime server. So there's a tutorial here about guilds and everything. You can read that on your own time. Now, Guardians of Vigil is basically a permanent guild for new players. There's no guild leaders. These are just players that are lazy to find their own guilds or just want to be in a social guild or whatever. I don't know if you get perks or whatever. Yeah, there are perks and stuff. Dimensions, and I mean, this guild belongs to the server. It doesn't belong to a player. That's what my understanding is, which is actually pretty cool. You know, I think MMOs could borrow this, especially for games that are more complex and games that requires a lot of social interaction, or if it's a community-based game, or if it's a PvP-based game. I mean, this will really help the solo player break out of their shell just by letting them join. The hell was that? Okay. Whoa. Hello. Somebody spawned something here. That was pretty loud. But yeah, you know, just having a server guild is actually pretty clever. I do like that. Oh, well, I've got a guildie here. Ginger Slaughters have joined the public guild as well. So, see, that proves my point. There's a lot of players here that are actually in the starter guild because, you know, finding a specific or a niche guild is kind of hard, because at some point you will see some elitism as well. You know, oh, I want hardcore raiders only, or oh, we're a strictly PvP guild or whatever. The starter guild, you can just talk to anybody, ask anybody anything, and just pug. You can use the pug as well. And if the raid, or if they're looking for a group is going slow, or if the raid finder is going slow, whatever, just ask in the public guild, and it'll be pretty easy. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I do like that concept. Holy cow, time flies. It's 11:49. Yeah, it's 11:50 here. Okay, fire throwers. One more. Fire throwers. So just by joining the starter guild, I'm now playing in a public group with, you know, my guildies, essentially. And there's no need to, you know, talk or whatever. I mean, if you're a shy person, if you're an introvert, you don't need to do all of this. This is just optional. But joining guilds do have perks, obviously. You did see the perks panel here. So you can have active perks like banners and what are these? Increased coin gain. Oh, that's really handy. Increased coin gain by 9%. So yeah, I guess if you're gonna jump in, join. And if you're on the hunt for a proper guild and you can't find one, just join the temporary, you know, server guild meanwhile. Just for the benefits, at least. One more sinister devil, where be ye? Where the hell is it? Ah, sneaky, sneaky. And Defeat the idle hand in 45 seconds. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's do that. I'm gonna put the bleed on him for a bit. I like putting dots. The sky over Silverwood erupts into flames. The Wonton are ripping through the ward. Whoa. Markle shouts, the burnt flesh of Talaran shall be an offering. What is going on? Oh, we have an invasion in the Silverwood. Well, wonder if I can make it there over time. But you can see the various places, like there's going to be a defending point here. Means that, you know, NPCs are going to be attacked over here. And then on my minimap, you can see like the various different places that, you know, you can defend. So this is the start of a grand, this is the start of the meta event that I was talking about. Look at the amount of rifts popping up all over the place. Holy shit. What a great time. What are we doing? What are we doing? Smoldering Savages. I wonder if there's enough players in this zone for us to do the full tour. Oh, Damaris is in trouble. Where is Damaris? I don't see Damaris. Oh, she's right here. Sinister Fire Throwers and Savages. I see a Savage here. I think I can take him on. Even though I'm like 2 levels below him. Rudy's wagon is under attack by Flame-born Ifrit. Whatever that is. Oh, there we go. So this NPC's under attack. You can go there and you can save him or... Oh, bastard. Level 10. I'm not doing well in this fight. I'm 2 levels below this mob. Oh gosh. Well, good thing I have pots. Which are not doing... The meta event here is called the Forced Fire. That's what this is. But there is a bigger group here. What are we killing over there? Fire thrower. Just one more fire thrower and we should be done. Done. Wow, it's getting chaotic here. I don't know if there's other players defending that wagon or not. Yeah, I mean, if you're a new player and you're hearing all that alarm blaring for the first time, you'll be like, what the hell is going on? It does a good job at, you know, close fire rifts. So we've just contributed to the main meta objective here. So we need to close 4 more fire rifts and defeat about 15 more fire invaders. So now, as a group, we can travel together and move on to the next location, but nobody's kind of talking right now. So, let's follow the group. Let's see where they go. I kind of feel like just wanting to go back to Rudy's wagon and shut the damn thing up. Alright, I guess we're doing this one. Mass AoE spam. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's going faster. Okay. Well, that wasn't even part of the rift. Level 9. Yeah, baby. Defeat Emberlings. Emberling right here. Dead. Here's another Emberling. Ooh, time-worn Greaves of the blah blah blah. Yeah, I'll agree on that. It says for class warrior. One more savage right here. Alright, stage complete. Okay, so these are the invasion forces going to the Rudy blah blah blah. Well, I hope he survives though. Okay, what are we doing? Smoldering savages right here. Well, that checks off the fire invader objective, so that just leaves closing rifts. And the rewards are pretty good too. If you ever come across this big meta event, just take part, you know, once, just experience it. And I think the rewards are pretty sweet. So by the time you hit level 12 or 15 or whenever you get to the main hub and you see the Rift Planner vendors, you can actually buy something pretty useful that can last a decent while. Alright, so I see this person hacking on that ore. I want to see if it's shared. No, it is not shared. It's the selfish type. Oh no, wait for me! Damn, I didn't get to tag that. Although it doesn't matter because I'm doing it in a group. So once you get into a group, open tapping is in play. So you don't have to worry about contribution. So who's the smart one? That one. When a class can gather everything in one area for me to AoE, that's where I'll be. Ooh, what's that? Warrior, strength +3. I'm gonna need that because why not? Nobody knows who I am. I don't think people know who I am, so I'm just gonna need it and see if I get it. I think I won it, so I'm gonna put that on. It's not like I have a reputation or anything. I'm quite anonymous, you know. So I can be a dick, I suppose. I'll just need on things. This whole group. No. Oh, that guy. I see. Done. Okay, defeat Markul. I see it. Defeat Markul. That's the objective. We've closed the rift. Now we gotta find Markul. Who is Markul and where is he? There? Son of a gun. So one of our group members are pointing the way of where Markul is, and people have mounts. I ain't got jack shit. I gotta make it on foot. This is where World of Warcraft's two-seater mounts will be super awesome, man. I mean, I don't even know if I can make it in time. Well, I guess it's a good way to explore the land of Talara on stream, trying to run to the mega Uber boss who's far away. God damn it. Hey, at least let me ride your boar. It looks like I can just put a saddle on him and just run. Anyway, that event gave me a bunch of good stuff. Planarites, Ethereal Rune Source, and blah blah blah. I'm not going to use that, of course, because that's Wisdom, and as a warrior, Strength is going to be my main stat. Please don't start yet, please. We're coming, we're coming. I think I'm going to be the last one there, and I'm going to tap him for 10 damage, and then he dies. That's... yeah, I hope I can make it in time. Rudy, the invaders are assaulting my cart. A little help here. And I've seen the notification going off so many times. Well, there's people there already. I think I'm about 2 minutes away. There's people behind me too, or alongside me. I don't know if they're going on foot or what. But I'm kind of taking a shortcut. And these are the people who just generally don't give a shit about the events. They just want to quest, which is totally fair. But, you know, to me, Rift, at least the way I think about it, you know, the meta events, the landscape stuff plays a big role in your enjoyment and immersion in the world. Ooh, I see something in the distance. That it. That is it. Come on! Run! Shit, what's his health at? God damn it. It's dead. It's dead. Or I think he's dead. I don't see the rift in the sky anymore. He's not dead! Oh, okay. Here we go, guys. Large fight, large fight. We've got a bunch of groups here. This is the furthest I can zoom out. He's got about 727,000 health. I've got heals, I've got buffs, I've got barriers. I mean, we're all in a public group now. So, that's a nice thing. First boss. This was nice. Pleasant. I didn't expect to be doing this on stream, actually, or even getting a chance to see him spawn, but hey, we got something. Oh no, I dropped. He's down to 90,000, 80,000, 70,000, and where is he going? Nice spot, bro. 40,000, 30,000, 20,000. Dead. Not dead. Sorry, wrong info. Dead. There we go. Cool down is the achievement. And then you get a cool music or whatever. And I see some loot here. That is a Fate Touched Shard, and that's gonna give you a quest. And of course, the reward comes from here as well. Oh, looky. Individual reward charge used to increase your number of individual reward chargers. Not sure what that is, but okay. 23 planarites and void stones. Void stones are super useful because they are going to be used to get some of the rarer stuff from the planar vendors, and I'll show you guys what that is. So let me just grab everything. Hey, that thing didn't go into my inventory. What the hell? Individual reward charge. Binds and pickup. Where the hell is it? It's not in my bag. Oh well, whatever. At least when I go under currencies, I should see all that. Yeah, void stones, planarites, blah blah blah. So I'm not gonna be running back all the way. It's now that the event is over. They're still attacking the poor guy's wagon. I'm just gonna port back using my soul recall. Oh, alright, checking in chat. Clea says, if there's a carnage available, there's a marker next to their name. ggmyster says, was cool when the whole map was full of rifts opening and having the fight zone bosses heaps of players too. Yeah. And we just experienced one, which is actually pretty freaking awesome. I gotta admit, I kind of missed that. It reminds me a lot. Like I said, I hate to compare, but I have to. Because it's kind of my job. Like, you know, it reminds me of the big Guild Wars 2 world events that they do very well. You know, all these organic landscape events and whatever, and Rift, to a certain extent, does it pretty well too. I mean, I'm just pissed that I don't have a horse or whatever to make that go smoother. But I still made it in time because at least like for the big boss meta fights or whatever, you know, he has much more health. If he had like shitty health, that a health pool that just goes down so fast, I'll be more pissed because it took me a while to get there. And you have to keeping in mind that this is a starter zone and not everybody has mounts. For me to run all the way there and miss the fight, it would just piss me off so much. So it's good to know that, you know, his health pool is no joke. So anyway, you know what? I'm actually gonna call it a night. I'm gonna just go back there. It is 12 o'clock here. Time flies when you're having fun. And yeah, I guess to wrap things up, yeah, it is fun. I will say it. And there are parts of this game that I still yet to explore beyond level 30 and everything. But for the parts that I do remember playing, like the PvP, which I will do next stream, I promise. We'll do some PvP, and we'll also do dungeons in the next stream. I've had lots of fun in those two things. But there are other parts that I talked about already, like the combat system. Meh, in terms of, you know, pacing, animations, that kind of thing. And yeah, I'll share my thoughts in the vlog the post-stream vlog, which I will do for Rift sometime next week. So let me just go ahead and catch up on chat here real quick, because I know I missed like an hour since I've been doing all those rifts. We got the Lazy Lion's Den. What up, man? He says, oh my god, threatened by Asian food. Wonton soup. Wonton soup? I hate wontons in soup. If you're gonna have a wonton, you gotta have it deep fried, man. That's the way to eat wontons. Claire says, but it's not for the cash store, it's a game store. Graspy, hello Graspy, long time no see. He says, Warcraft claims PvP does no damage to cure, but you play an hour or so in BGs and you get a small amount of damage to cure. Not much, but some. Patrick says, your gear's getting damaged due to your usage of it. Because there's no idea, the Iocath update tried to do a Republic vs. Empire epilogue to the Zakul story, but it seems to revert back to the fighting another common foe from the Zakul story. We're talking about Star Wars because apparently the new expansion is going to go back to Republic vs. Empire. Claire says tears, if not lured, will pop anyhow at some time. Yeah, that's true. Like, you know, those tears on the map, if you just leave them alone, they will just going to open up anyway. But if you want to get it done fast, you can just go there and do it yourself. Claire says, as for numbers, just in our guild, we have 121 currently. Oh, that's cool. I mean, this is the guild that I just joined because it is the server guild. It's not a players guild. It's just for new players or whatever. This one has, how many? Show offline. I don't know. I mean, not a lot of people will stay in this guild, obviously, because it is a server guild. So that means there's no personality to it. It's just a place for noobs to hang out. But yeah, cool. Good to know that there's good numbers around. ggmyster says you'd be able to switch your souls with a second soul setup later on when I get more money, because I think I need 60 gold or something to buy like a second thing. Clay says, KK, time for me to crash before I faceplant on the keyboard. Enjoy your leveling and I might catch you tomorrow. Thank you, Clay. Have a good night. I think you're already in bed by now because this was an hour ago. Sorry that I'm getting to all your chats late. It's been a really hectic hour of just riffs. But thank you, Clay. If you watch this back, I appreciate you dropping by. Jerry in chat, he says, hey, Jerry, he says, hi, bro. Can't you re-roll the class or get a new tab for the new class Soul Shard? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. I mean, you can buy a new roll right here, and this is like 30 gold, which is actually affordable. But the next ones and the next ones that you buy are going to cost incrementally more in-game cash, like platinums and whatever. And then you could just go into your different rolls and then swap between them. And then when you pick a new role, you'll pick the different souls that you want. And because the one that I'm using right now is a pre-built purpose, I think that's what they're called. So I will experiment with that during the week and see what I can do. ggmyster says the Justicar Druid was a fun cleric soul. Yeah, I've never played a cleric, so I may just have to roll one of those. Patrick says, I think WoW Classic will look like Rift Prime. Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't there when WoW launched, so I wasn't there when Rift launched, so we'll see. But I'm playing Rift Prime now, and I guarantee you I'll be playing WoW Classic when that launches out. Lanner Falcon says 1 is weak in Welsh. Wow, really? 1. Interesting. I know Welsh is like a really sophisticated language to hear and speak. It's like it's really, really cool. I mean, Bilal says, I back you. Thank you, Bilal. Grashby says, WoW doesn't have the sell gray items, and I don't mind. I like to micromanage my bags. Never used any bag add-ons. Don't like them. Yeah, that's unfortunately for me. That is so important, man. It's like because when I jump in, I've only ever got so much time during any day or week to play, and you know when I jump into an MMO, I want to get straight to it. I want to get straight to the point. I don't want to doodle daddle with my bank or I mean, have you seen my bank? In any of the MMOs, have you guys seen what my bank look like? It's horrible. I'm terrible at you know, micromanaging and cleaning up bag space and everything, so I'm kind of lazy in that regard, so I do like having that button. We got Professor Cake, and hey, Professor Cake, and what up? He says, I don't use a bag sorting add-on, but I do use a one-button sell all grays. Yeah, that'll be super sweet in other games, especially the ones that don't have them. Graspy says the public guild seems pretty cool. You may wind up meeting some people to do stuff with and increase the social interaction, which is a good thing. I agree, and that's why I think, you know, games that are, like I said, if there are games out there that are, you know, where the meta is PvP, and if there is like a starter guild that just forces players to learn and adapt with one another and just to fill in the blanks, essentially, to get more people to do the group content, I think it's a great idea. Professor Kagan says, do you level via rifts mostly, or is there traditional questing too? And this is just one option for leveling. This is just one option for leveling, man. Unfortunately, you know, if you're just joining me, I think you're about there's 2 hours of leveling that I've done a little bit, but there's traditional quest up crawls. You got dungeons at level 15 onwards. You got PvP, and PvP in this game. One of the reasons why I like it is that I love jumping into battlegrounds, right? And the thing is, here, win or lose, you get XP for doing battlegrounds, and more importantly, you get the currency, which is, I think it's called favor, for doing PvP battlegrounds, and that's going to be really important for buying decent gear moving forward. So there's multiple ways to level in Rift, which I do enjoy. Yeah, hope that answers your question. Jay in chat says, "Lol, not this shit." almost every game is shit to you, man. Just too much says, from memory, you buy a mount with gold at level 15 or something. Yeah, I think 2 gold or something like that. I can't remember. I mean, the first mount is pretty cheap, and you don't actually have to go into the main town. You can actually buy a mount right from the in-game store. Like, if I scroll all the way down here. Oh, no, this is pets. Wrong one. Mounts, there we go. No, shit, what am I doing? Mounts. There we go. So you can just buy them right here from the in-game cash store. Oh shit, it's 2 plat. My bad, not gold. It's 2 platinum, 50 gold. And I'm 2 plat away. So it could take me a while to get my first mount. ggmyster says, I feel like I'm getting sick. Put a jumper on because I was cold and then started sweating. What, is it rainy season over there, bro? Man, take care of yourself, man. Hot tea, hot tea. Get rid of that cold. Jerry says, see ya, thanks for the stream. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for dropping in, you guys. Hernani says, go with the force. Daniel says, what do you think about Rift Prime so far? I'm just gonna sound like a broken record at the time, because I think I mentioned this like a couple of times in the stream so far. Biggest thing for me is probably combat system, because I spent the first quarter of this year playing World of Warcraft for the review. That's 2 months. And I played Black Desert Online, which is 1 month. And the thing about those 2 games is the combat system is very fast-paced, very fluid, non-stop action kind of deal, especially BDO. And coming from that into Rift is such a huge contrast. And you can tell that it is a game from 2011, you know. The pacing for the combat is very pedestrian. A lot of the game systems are, like I said earlier in the stream, Rift Prime is like one of those, the last Guardian type of games. And what I mean by that is like, it's one of the last classic MMORPG games before the newer generation. In 2012, after Rift came out, you got all the Guild Wars 2 and then the ESO, Wildstar, and all those other games coming on after that. That introduces a lot of modern systems and whatever, player convenience and all that stuff. Rift is like one of the last, the old guard of the decade, I suppose, or moving into the new decade. So you do see a lot of that in the fact that there isn't a lot of voice acting. There's a lot of quest dialogue, very traditional in that regard. It does have voice acting, but just not in a huge amount. When it comes to graphics and everything, I don't know, I kind of like it on the highest graphic settings. I don't know how it'll look on stream. My preview player is really, really small there, but I hope the graphic quality is, you guys can see it. But, for me, I'm running this on hopefully 60 FPS, I hope. If it's not 60 FPS, then god damn it. Is it 30 FPS? Then I did not change the settings, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I mean, it's a gorgeous, some parts of the game gorgeous. I do like the wardrobe system so far. The dying system and the wardrobe is great because it's account wide. I just wish other things would have been account wide, like mounts and everything. But hey, I'm not trying to be picky, but I have to be picky because this cost me $14.99 US, which is about 60 bucks in my currency. So it's a lot of money. For Rift, which a lot of people might raise an eyebrow for because it's Try and Worlds. So my job in the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks is to try and answer the question whether or not this is worth the $14.99. So far in the early levels, I'll tell you what I've had fun with. I've had fun with the open world landscape content. These rifts are part of the reason why the game is called Rift, because the open landscape events, the map metas, the group play is kind of interesting, and it's a viable way to gain levels and gear, I suppose. And yeah, next week we'll take a look at PvP and the group content, and it'll also be a good indicator of what the player base numbers are going to be like, how the queues are going to be like, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But so far, I can't really say anything whether it's worth the $14.99 or not. I mean, it's just 3 hours of gameplay, so wait and see, you guys. And that's gonna do it for me, you guys. It's been 3 hours. I gotta go to bed, work tomorrow morning. So real quickly, I want to say thank you to everybody who jumped in for tonight's stream. All of you. There's too many of you to name and chat, but I do appreciate you guys hanging out. It is April the 1st. Go and prank somebody. I'll be disappointed if you guys don't prank anybody. I got pranked 4 times today, which is unexpected. It's the highest amount I've ever got pranked. So those of you in my part of the world, have a good night. I bet you guys are already asleep. And those of you in the West, hey, have a good Sunday. And I will see you guys real soon. So that's it for me, you guys. Take care. And yeah, thanks for watching. Later, y'all.